Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Pasty thick. Bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in, night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
Well, I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog. I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you going to call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young broads in a school girl. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Fez show. I'm Ron and Fez.
Hiya, buddy.
That's a quick intro for Fez today. I just throw it right out there. I go, there he is.
Right here.
There's Fez.
I was not cut off guard.
Earl on the Gnarls Barkley today. Good morning, Earl.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Thank you for that.
Hi, Gnarls.
It's nice to hear a song that's not 3 decades old. You're pulling out of the NEW and into a new world.
It's 2006.
Last night, Gnarls Barkley on Letterman. A little salute to Rushmore. Is that where they were going with that?
Yeah, like the whole schoolgirl outfit.
Are you into this scene at all, Fez, with the Gnarls Barkley? Every time they come out, they're dressed like either a different movie or something ridiculous.
I like it, personally.
My problem is this. I've seen them do this on TV now 9-10 times. It's the same fucking song. Over and over and over. Is there a side B there, boys? Maybe take a little look. Maybe we get another tune on the album?
But what's easier, writing another song or a costume change?
Well, you know, the Gone Daddy Gone is a fucking cover. Do some cover tunes. I got no problems with that.
I remember they did a show, the first show of the tour. They came out as chefs, and they had the female singers dressed as waitresses, and they threw out snacks. And then they did "Hungry Like the Wolf" as the first song.
See, he gets all excited. As if, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if I was 14, I'd be going out of my mind, but I'm not.
Well, he likes snacks and Duran Duran. It's two of his favorite things.
I'm a taxpayer, Earl. You got to do more than that.
Ronnie, I'm excited. I got you a present.
All right, first I want to go. There's a big correction for me. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
I got a correction for Ron there. That song is 3 decades old.
All right, did you hear me say cover?
Early 80s.
Did you hear me say cover tune? Yeah.
I didn't hear you say cover, brother.
I'm going to check with Earl now, who hates me. Earl, did I say cover or not?
Yes, he said throw a nice cover out.
All right.
Oh, pull the tape, ring the cowbell, come on.
All right, go back, get the fucking tape. I'm going to leave you on hold, sir. Get me that tape, Earl. I don't know what you have to do, but get it.
So we'll have to wait a little bit because the tape is still rolling right now.
Good. What do we have to do? What do we have to do for you to be able to go back in time?
We're going to have to move time forward, actually, to go back in time.
What do you mean? I got to wait till tomorrow to get tape?
No, we just got to actually wait until the segment's over so I could go back.
I'll end the fucking segment right now. I will end the segment to prove myself right. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gnarls Barkley has a song, Seen Elsewhere. I'm not even that big of a fan, but it's actually a really good tune.
Yeah, I like it, too. Thank you very much. Here's Peter. Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Or afternoon, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
This Gnarls Barkley can't stand it. It's unoriginal, repetitive garbage. I mean, it's just terrible.
Who's original? By what you're saying, unoriginal, repetitive, you mean black? Because I'll agree if you call up and say that's a black act. I'll be on your side.
No, it's just they're stealing other people's ideas and music and trying to make it into something new, and it's not working for them. I just can't stand
costumes.
Isn't that called rock and roll when you do that?
No, that's called bullshit garbage.
It's called having influences.
Peter, who are you into? You're just
lately?
You're just trying to be a ball buster. Yeah, lately.
I'm going to see Jeff Beck at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Well, that's original. Wait,
yeah, he is, actually.
Hold on, I'll turn around. I thought this was 64. No, it's not. It's 2006.
Fuck that. Gnarls Barkley sucks cock.
Let's debate.
Actually, why aren't I going to see Jeff Beck? I love Jeff Beck.
Yeah, I'll make some calls, and I'll make sure that they're hard tickets this time.
Yeah, good, because I'm not Will Call. You know, I just say, can I get a mint? I got 4 packages that are brought to me.
You have to be so careful what you ask for, King Midas.
You know, I know. I'm not Queen Elizabeth. You know, I'm just a regular person, like everyone else.
Currently, they're building a desk and a chair out of mint for you.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey, buddy boy.
Hey, well, this is probably more for Earl. That was Gnarls Barkley, man? It sounded exactly like the Violent Femmes version. Why can't they change it up a little bit?
It is the Violent Femmes. It's called a cover song. That's the thing. It's a cover song.
Yes, and you clearly stated that at the beginning of the show. That it was a cover song.
No one ever brings it up. No one's ever on my side. All I get is lots of mints. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
I was just going to comment. A couple callers ago said the song was 3 decades old.
Yeah.
They said it came out in the early 80s.
Right.
Wouldn't 3 decades be 30 years?
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
And be like 2016 instead of 2006.
Okay, thanks. All right, I'm going out of my head today. I can't even think anymore with these people. I'm going out of my mind.
They're getting a little technical. A little nitpicky.
You know, I feel like I'm that little operation game, and somebody's just taking something out of my brain every day.
Remove funny bone.
It sounded nothing like it. I'm going to say, why are you so giddy and happy today?
I don't know.
What's got you in such a giddy, happy mood?
Because I got you a present, and I thought that would make you in a giddy and happy mood.
All right, let me see what you got me.
I got you a DVD. You brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
The 300 Spartans, the movie you said you loved as a kid. It's on DVD, and it's now yours to own.
Well, thank you. I'll put this with the other 7 copies that the listeners sent me, so there.
You already got it?
Yes, of course. If I say it on the air, it comes in.
Well, you only said it the other day. I thought if I could get it here early in the week.
Are you a listener or are you my partner?
Your partner. Still a nice gesture.
Well, yeah, sure. Why don't you run out and get me some mints with everybody else?
You got plenty. See, this is just what I was talking to Anthony about before the show.
What? You fucking gossiping behind my back? Is that what's happening around here?
No, he brought it up. His chick worries about me. That, you know, maybe things are too hard on me. She gets nervous about me because I have panic attacks, that I have issues.
Mm-hmm.
I had a heart attack. I don't know if anyone recalls that.
A year ago. You know what? I was going to forget, but you bring it up every hour on the hour. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a memo handed to me. Fez had a heart attack last year. Okay.
So she just said she worries about me when she's listening to the show.
Maybe what she could do if she's so worried about you is come in here and take care of you every single day. You know what I feel like? I feel like that ugly daughter that got left behind while all the other kids go out and have a wonderful life, and I'm sitting here dabbing Papa's fucking forehead.
Anthony's chick worries about me. Jay Moore's girlfriend, Nikki Cox, she's concerned about me.
Everybody's concerned about you. I know that.
Yes. Maybe the atmosphere of the show is just, I don't know, too aggressive or something. I don't know.
Here's what you don't...
I came in a good mood.
Here's what you don't realize, Fez.
I came in happy.
And what Anthony's chick doesn't realize, what Jay Moore's chick doesn't realize, you and I have a secret alliance. And I don't want everybody else to know about that.
Legion of Doom?
We act one way, but underneath of it all, we keep an eye on each other.
I just don't think a thank you would have hurt.
Thanks for doing the same thing as all the listeners. I'll have Earl send you a T-shirt signed by me and my partner.
Well, I would have to sign my own T-shirt then.
Well, why would you go out and waste money? How much you spend on this?
I think it was $12.95.
All right, let me get my fucking checkbook out right. It was a nice $12.95.
Well, there was the rush shipping. Because I wanted to have it here early in the week.
Yeah.
I think you only mentioned it Friday.
I know.
Damn fast listeners.
I know. I get in here Monday, and they're all the people. Well, some of them didn't even get them. No, some people just sent them straight out.
But I'm fine. I just want Anthony's chick. Don't worry. Another loss for Fez, but don't worry. I'm fine.
Stop holding your chest. It's so annoying.
Is it tight in here, or is it just me? Is it just my chest?
Rachel, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Ronnie, I took your side about the jokes with that Fezzy's parents' wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, you're reminding me of Mikey D and Earl. See, Mikey D should have took those poison tickets, whatever Earl could do, and been a nice boy like his mama raised him and said, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for whatever you could do. Now, Fezzy did something nice for you, a nice thank you.
You know what would have been nice?
Giving him a hard time.
All right, let me just point this out.
What?
You spent $12.95 on this, right?
Right.
Just give me the $12.95. Why go and get me something I'm obviously not going to watch?
I'll do better tomorrow.
You know what?
I don't
like you playing to the chicks. I got to tell you, it annoys me.
I know I can please you.
Don't set me up as bad guy. Bad guy Brutus. I don't want that. I want the chicks to like me and say, oh, it's wonderful what you do for Fez. You're a saint. Whatever happened to those days when people used to say that to me?
What do you do for Fez?
Oh, you got to fucking be kidding me.
You tease him.
You know what,
That's
Earl,
what gets Anthony's chick upset.
Earl, get that fucking song, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. And that is basically like I'm the lead singer of that song.
I love you guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Yes, I do tease him. What I try to do is make him a little more masculine. I try to treat Fezzy as if he didn't have all these problems, like he's one of the guys.
Maybe that's the wrong tree to bark up. Maybe a little TLC, like Anthony's chick suggests once in a while.
No, she didn't, did she?
Yeah.
You need more love?
Maybe. Maybe that's the answer.
Well, you spend a long weekend over there, and I guarantee you, if you head there by Friday, by Saturday night, they got your ass sitting on the front stoop. I guarantee it.
I don't know if more TLC is the answer, but I do know this. Whipping a gift DVD right back in my face as hard as you can is not the answer.
That's a lie. I threw it on the ground. I did not throw it at your face.
You know I'm on Plavix and I bruise. It's a blood thinner.
All right, look. You know what? I didn't know you were on blood thinners.
Yes.
All right. Well,
or
look.
my heart will just close off again.
You know what you did here, Fezzy? You drew a line in the sand, and I got to say this. I respect it.
Thank you.
All right? I should have said...
Wait a minute. I gave you the gift, and I'm thanking you.
But I'm saying this.
What happened?
All right? You gave me this gift. The 300 Spartans, a Gladiator DVD. It's actually a Greek DVD starring, no one that anyone ever heard of.
Right.
Thank you for it. You know what? This is going to look lovely, Fez, on top of the other DVDs, the same ones that the listeners have sent me over the last couple days.
Well, watch mine instead.
I will. I will cherish yours most of all.
Thank you.
All right?
I'll watch it with you if you want.
No, this is fine. Now, I feel like I should do something for you. Maybe you deserve something. Oh, I know.
What?
Ow! Please accept that cowbell.
Oh, man. That is a thick metal cowbell. And yet again, you have put it into my hand. Right where you hit me with it before.
Same exact spot.
Yes, 3 times in a row. Look at the bruise.
All right, here's the beauty of it. And Earl, back me up on this. I can move it over 2 inches to the right, 2 inches to the left, or drop it 2 inches. That's control, my friend.
Control would be not throwing the cowbell at me.
Steve Carlton had that kind of control. I'm probably the last person that had that kind of control.
I just want to tell Anthony's chick, don't worry, just a little skin came off.
Why are you afraid to say her name? Why are you afraid? Because you don't want to give away something in case she doesn't want it out there, right?
Sure, I respect people.
Oh, and I don't.
I didn't say that. That's the way you took it.
Please enjoy that cowbell.
I can't. It hurts too bad. I can't even lift it.
Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, it seems like you're a little stressed, you're a little, edgy today. I think what you need to do is just go home, take a break for maybe 2-3 weeks, and bring back Sheepy, and then all will be good.
Sheepy. I'll tell you, that Sheepy was a dream yesterday. He was a young Fez. I felt like I was in a time machine. Young, healthy, vibrant.
I wouldn't even say healthy.
Well, yeah.
I'd say young and vibrant, maybe, but I can't give you healthy on that one.
You're right. You are right that time. He's not healthy.
He'll have a stent long before I had mine.
Then I'll just find a new one. I'll go through young soft boys one after another.
I don't see him in here again today. Couldn't take it, I guess.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, in the many years that I've been listening to you guys, I don't understand what it is all of a sudden with this violence towards Fezzy, these unprovoked attacks. Well, what's going on? Do you need some anger management or something?
Well, I'll explain it to you, Mike, and I think anybody who's been part of a long-term health care understands what this is like. When you're taking care of your grandmother, let's say, and this is a grandmother that played a certain role in your life, and after a while she's bedridden, and you're like, oh, please come live with me. And then you're lifting her out of bed and you're feeding her because you think, oh, the end is near. And then year after year goes by. Sooner or later, you're just going to start slapping her. No one understands why people do it, but it happens all the time.
There's no reason to slap Grammy. Or Fezzy, for that matter.
Well, it is just a fact of life with long-term health care.
I just hope no one hits their grandmother with a cowbell listening to today's show.
Here's Ryan. Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I wanted, maybe you guys should get some kind of music expert on the air, can talk about some things, maybe someone who is black, who would understand where Gnarls Barkley comes from. He started in a rap group called Goody Mob, and then did some solo work, which was also very good under the name CeeLo Green, and now Gnarls Barkley is CeeLo Green and a DJ called Danger Mouse. Have you guys ever thought about getting a black music expert?
Earl, where are you in all this stuff?
I know all that stuff because I have both CeeLo albums.
But why don't you bring it up on the air? Why don't you say it?
Well, I mean, when you were the one guy that introduced Crazy to pretty much to America. You was the first guy that you introduced that song to me, and then once I found that.
Well, first of all, you don't act like I'm Alan Freed.
No, I'm not saying that.
I got that from Kathleen from the Bronx. It was already #1 in England. So let's stop acting like I was going around the Bush Leagues looking for somebody and came up with Willie Mays. It didn't happen that way.
Well, you do have the golden ear.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
No, I'll take that back.
More mints?
Yeah.
You introduced that song to me, and then once I found out who was actually...
You introduced it to America.
Yeah.
From that point on.
And then
I noticed you never give Kathleen from the Bronx props.
Oh, I'll give her props. I'll give what you want to call herself, Dupree? I'll give Dupree some props.
Wow, now he's attacking her with the Dupree name.
She hates that.
Yeah, despises it. Some
like
people say I'm cruel.
Like he knows how to push people's buttons.
Yeah,
except ours. A lot of times the mics aren't on, the Q speakers won't work.
The only buttons he can't push are on that fucking board over there. And for some reason, he can't go back and get audio from 5 minutes ago.
No, I can't get audio for something that's happening now.
Why?
It's because the tape is... I would have to stop tape.
Yes,
literally.
I'm willing to do that.
But
I'd be willing to do that to prove a point. I notice that people feel like they deserve prizes all the time, Fez. We never used to be like that.
No, now it's just gimme, gimme, gimme. Hey, hello, Ron and Fez. I got the names right. Give me a prize.
You know what? That guy, I'm going to give him a beautiful DVD called 300 Spartans.
That's the one I just gave you. Anthony's gal's right.
Gal. His gal pal.
She's correct.
You know, Jay Moore, his chick loving you got on my nerves, too, because you don't even do anything with this. The love women have for you.
Nikki Cox?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please. Me and Nikki Cox. Million years, my friend. Jeez.
That's why I'm saying it's waste. It's a waste right now with you. And this attraction and this love women have for you.
I would have to do a thing where you're standing behind me in the bushes telling me what to say. Cyrano to Bennington.
All right, just say, I'm here looking towards you.
I'm here looking towards you.
As a chubby fag.
As a chubby fag. What did I just say?
I've shit myself.
I've shit myself, Nikki Cox.
Say that would be a mistake. That would be a mistake.
I need a different Cyrano.
Chuck, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, Fezzy.
Hey, buddy.
I was wondering if Earl decided to do his report for you today.
Oh, yeah. Earl is... yesterday he had a report to do, Fezzy, on... What exactly was it on, Earl?
Basically, the differences between... The arguments between people who are religious, the religious theories on the origin of man and evolution.
And the real stuff. And today, Religious Day, Earl, it's the Day of Assumption.
Yes.
And what happens when we assump?
You making...
What is this day for?
Well, I'm not familiar with it because I'm not a Catholic per se.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily familiar with the day. Personally, I'm not familiar with the day.
So, the Virgin Mary means nothing to the Baptist.
The Virgin Mary means a lot to the Baptist.
The fact that she ascended into heaven, not as a spirit, but in her entire body, ascended into heaven, he's like, not a big deal to me.
No, I didn't say that at all, but...
But you'd think that your church would bring it up. It seems like it would be a big...
No, they haven't brought it up at all.
Now, how many other people have done that in history?
As far as I know, she's the only one who went.
What about Jesus? Have you ever heard of him? Her son. This is a family trait this family had.
No, I mean,
they would ascend physically into heaven.
Jesus did it, Mary did it, and Elijah did it.
Well, I guess as far as people who are here on Earth, as far as humans. I mean,
you've got to be the worst Baptist.
I am. I'll be the first to admit.
And you missed the first half of every Jets game because you're in church.
Yes, but I'm trying to learn.
Not listening to the whatever the preacher's saying.
What do you mean you're trying to learn?
Yes, I'm trying to learn more every
You've been
day.
going to church for 35 years.
Well, actually 18, but I've only been going since I was 17.
You must be eating in there something.
That's after the service.
All right, so you have your report ready to do?
Yes, it is ready to go.
And what's the name of this report? By Earl Douglas, grade 7.
Very simply titled Religion and Evolution.
Which is not what this was about, by the way.
Right. It was about him proving that the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
And also, he claims that humans and dinosaurs roam together like the Flintstones. And if I hear the name Barney Rubble, I know that you haven't put anything into this. All right, we got like a little background music for him, Fez? Anything at all that sounds somewhat scholastic?
Religion and Evolution by Earl Douglas. There's been a long debate between the religious and scientific community pertaining to the origin of man, evolution, and its perceived timelines. In this report, I'm going to examine both ideologies and attempt to distinguish fact and fiction. In the interest of full disclosure, I must admit that I adhere to Christian values and beliefs, but I will try to do my best to give both sides of the argument and draw a reasonable conclusion.
So far, he has said nothing, Fez. He hasn't given us a single fact. He is dragging this out.
Actually, about all he's said, basically, is Earl Douglas, grade 3A.
That's an
That's why I decided to get a paper and pencil and start to work.
I gave an introduction.
Who wants an introduction?
Okay, I'll go.
Here on Spaceship Earth, this big blue marble.
Okay, next paragraph. Recent discoveries.
Are you going to do that every paragraph?
No.
Next paragraph.
He's Paul Harvey.
Recent discoveries suggest that humans first emerged on the Earth between 160 and 195,000 years ago. This would directly question the assertion in religious circles that man was created over 6,000 years ago, and more specifically that God created heaven and earth in 7 days.
No, it doesn't. Go ahead.
However, the accuracy of carbon dating, the process in which the age of fossils is determined, has through the years been called into question, but generally with some exceptions amongst religious and scientific camps.
Wait a minute. What did that mean?
No, the accuracy has been called into question with some exceptions.
What do you mean with some exceptions?
Certain scientific institutions have called it into question, but by and large, it's
none that I know of. I only know of religious institutions.
The division has been between pretty much scientific and religious institutions.
Right. So to call into question, other scientists aren't calling into question, right?
Yes.
He'll take questions afterwards, thank you.
Where was I? Biblical scholars have often countered with the assertion that a day in God's eyes is like 1,000 of our years, and also that several thousand years pass between the documentation of various books in the Bible, including the book of Genesis. Add to the fact that there have been numerous changes in the calendar year, including the shift from a 360-day calendar.
What is he rambling about?
If you include leap year, It all matches up. The 6,000 year to 195,000.
I can't believe that he's picking at days. He is down. He's trying to find extra days.
No,
it's like Fez. The guy owes $200,000 and he's looking for change in his fucking couch.
If you take into account the fact that we spring forward every April.
No, the calendar has not always been 365 days a year.
What the fuck does that got to do with anything?
I'm just adding background information.
Between 6,000 years, right? And 150,000 years. And the Lucy bones go back almost 1,000,000 years, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it's not completely like us, but the early signs of man are almost 1 million years old. And you're looking for days here and there.
No, I'm giving just an example, just background information.
Labor Day, a day we take off. Come on, Earl.
If you count weekends and vacations.
Anyway, where was
Pad your resume, not this. So far, you haven't given us one piece of information.
This is the same way he accounts for what he did all day.
And, you know, you're not going to be able to get away with, in some circles and religious groups believe, you have to be specific.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Why fucking write all the rest of this? Just get to it. Get to the important part.
Evolutionists have always maintained that man and dinosaurs never lived together.
Evolutionists maintain.
And I must admit that the notion that they didn't quite grab me either. But upon checking various websites... Upon checking various websites...
What rambling is this? I never even heard a Bible person say they live next to each other.
This is the kid who had to turn in a written report, and would just pad it because it had to be 50 pages long or whatever, so he would just fill it with bullshit. By the way, Lucy, they think 3.1 million years old.
How come that hasn't come up, Earl? Oh, because you refuse to walk down the street into the History Museum.
No, I forgot where it was. But upon checking out various sources and websites, and also the Bible, there's significant evidence to support it.
To support what?
That man and dinosaurs coexisted.
You said that there is evidence to support man and dinosaurs coexisted.
Yes. There is
Give me one.
Okay. In Genesis 6:13. This is upon describing the ark, because the question came up: if dinosaurs roam the earth, if man and dinosaurs cannot coexist? The Ark of the Covenant, what have you?
The Ark of the Covenant? What are you talking about? The Ark of the Covenant?
I'm sorry, Noah's Ark. Had a weird Raiders Lost Ark.
You have got to be the dumbest Baptist in history. But there cannot be a Baptist this dumb.
I'm so glad you said Baptist.
In Genesis 6...
of that, he's not the dumbest in history.
Not completely lost where I was.
Go ahead. Genesis 6:13.
And how is this evidence, Earl? Even if it is in the book of Genesis.
What? But please let me explain. In Genesis 6:13, God tells Noah that the ark must be, quote, 300 cubits with width 50 cubits and height 30 cubits. Under today's measurements, the height of the ark would be 45 feet, width at 75 feet, and 400 feet in length. Of most animal species, the ones that are stronger, faster, and are more apt to reproduce are the babies. They also sleep more.
What are you fucking talking about?
Let me finish, please.
Baby dinosaurs were on the ark?
Please let me finish.
Not the baby. Don't hurt the baby.
If you were to take a still growing, and I can't pronounce this, a brachiosaurus onto the ark, it would only be 15 feet tall and easily fit onto the ark.
Gotta love me.
So you're saying a dinosaur was on Noah's Ark, a baby dinosaur?
No, if Noah had to take two of every creature, wouldn't dinosaurs be considered a creature?
Why'd he take two Baptists?
What the fuck are you talking about? You read a fairy tale and then you try to imagine that there were baby dinosaurs the same time as mammals.
Answer the question, is a dinosaur a creature?
One more again, please let me finish. In the Bible, the words, and I can't pronounce this word, Tianian, Behemoth, and Leviathan appear numerous times, particularly in the Old Testament. When translated, Tiananmen is described as a dragon, a serpent, sea monster, reptile, and dinosaur. In Job 40...
Earl, where did these dinosaurs go, then, in the last 6,000 years?
Again, please let me finish.
You have to start answering a question. You can't keep saying
you better fucking make a point instead of please let me finish. Where are the fucking dinosaurs today? Where are the baby dinosaurs that Noah brought us?
No, but the dinosaurs are discovered. I mean, I'm veering off the report for a minute. But we're finding the fossils now. When the flood came, the 40 days and 40 nights, it destroyed the dinosaurs.
That's what destroyed the dinosaurs. But it didn't destroy. But they were on the ark.
No, they had baby dinosaurs on the ark. They had small creatures. They kept 2 of every creature.
You are fucking retarded. You're retarded.
I can't believe he's pulled this off and found the answer.
Now, do you want me to? I don't know where to go with this because I could finish this if you want.
Yes, I want you to finish.
In Job 40, chapter 15. Job 40, verses 15 through 24.
Job is up against 15 through 24. He's versing. I hope he wins.
A behemoth is described as a creature that, quote, eats grass like an ox, moves his tail like a cedar, and lies under the lotus trees in a covert of reeds and marsh. Most children's books that describe dinosaurs describe them as having, quote, tails like a cedar.
Where are these children's books? What is your point? Where are the fucking dinosaurs today?
Well, obviously they're not around anymore. They were destroyed.
How?
What happened to the old cedar tails?
They were destroyed millions of years ago, Earl. Not fucking in the 1950s.
I didn't say they were destroyed in the 1950s.
Esso, the gasoline chain of the 50s and 60s, had real dinosaurs.
With the advance of modern highways, the dinosaurs had nowhere to go.
I'm trying to figure where was it. A leviathan has often been described as a ferocious and terrifying sea creature. Isaiah 27:1 describes it as a reptile that is in the sea, and Job 41:25 says that when he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. Verses 28 through 29 states that the arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned into him.
What's your point, Earl?
The point is that they're making an apt description of dinosaurs and large creatures.
God, you're frightening. You're absolutely frightening.
But, I mean...
Hello, Bellevue.
But if you have a human openly describing that, wouldn't that suggest that they existed together?
No. All right, was there a dinosaur with Jesus 2,000 years ago?
No.
All right, so when did this...
This is mostly Old Testament.
All right, so what dates are we looking at?
Probably looking at... I don't have a biblical calendar in front of me.
Why didn't the dinosaurs eat Moses?
I can't answer that question. No one can, quite honestly.
Yes, we can answer that question because they didn't exist at the same time.
But they're aptly describing what they look like.
I'll fucking show you a fairy tale where there's a giant fucking beanstalk that goes up into the sky. How could they describe a beanstalk, Fez, if they didn't see it?
Like a cedar. If dinosaurs were around with Moses, wouldn't he have used them as one of the plagues against Pharaoh?
Hey, Mike the teacher.
Guys, I've had to listen to thousands of reports from students over a decade, and this is easy. I can't believe this is going on.
What would you grade this, Mike the teacher?
F+ so far. The first 3 sentences were all mistakes. You said the religious assertion that the Earth is 6,000 years old. That's only one guy did that, and only religious nuttos think the Earth is 6,000 years old. Then he said God created the Earth in 7 days. He didn't. He created it in 6 and rested on the 7th. Then Earl said carbon dating is used to date fossils. Carbon dating is not used to date fossils. Everybody always uses that carbon dating bullshit. I thought this report was supposed to be about the age of the Earth. And Ron the other day, in fact, was about to give out the real age of the Earth, and he didn't because he said he wanted Earl to do his research. There's a thing called time on topic in a report. It's the amount of time that the guy in the report actually spends on topic as opposed to all the bullshit. And I haven't heard any topic yet. F+, Earl, step up! See ya!
Earl, you just failed. Now, here's what I want you to do. put a bow on your head, and give yourself back to Opie. And say, look, Ron took me for a year, but I'm too dumb. Find another spot for me.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, my God, it's frightening. Every fucking second you talk, it sounds like Bush is being reelected to me. It almost sounds, by the end of that thing, it sounded like a third term.
What about the part where there were baby dinosaurs on the Ark?
Crazy talk. Fucking crazy talk. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, I want to know, is this the return we're getting on the money we donate to the United Negro College Fund?
You actually went to college, right, Earl?
Yes, for a couple of years, yes.
With that report, I honestly think you're too stupid to keep a plate in your lip. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
How much time did you spend on that, Earl?
No, I had to. I obviously looked up. No, I went on various science websites.
You haven't done one science thing yet. The only thing you quoted was pieces of the Bible. You didn't quote one scientific thing. Alex, you're on Fez.
Yeah, most Bible scholars say that the Leviathan's actually a crocodile, not a dinosaur there, Earl. Crazy coon.
Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. How you doing? Listen, the carbon-14 dating, it dates the radioactivity of carbon that degrades at a particular rate that goes back 60,000 years. So it's that in itself proves the Earth older than 6,000 years. Not to mention Earl's out of his freaking mind.
But you haven't thought about baby dinosaurs. Could easily fit onto the Ark.
Well,
easily.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, true. Noah could only build an Ark so big. You've got to save room somewhere. Bring all the baby animals on there.
You know what kills me, though, even beyond that, is just how bad the writing is. And Earl always tells me he wants to write for Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You couldn't write for Rolling Rock right now. You're out of your fucking mind, Earl. I'm not hearing anything now. Now we're back to that, Earl.
No,
I don't hear anything
No
either.
energy. No energy.
I got
Earl.
plenty of energy. I gave a bad report. I'm sorry.
You did the best you could, right?
I tried to find it. I tried to get as much fact together. I tried to put my own spin on it.
I just don't feel swayed by the argument.
There's no fact. You haven't read a fact yet.
Well, I said at the beginning, it was like they have.
Who's they?
Wait a minute.
Baby dinosaurs.
You know that first humans emerged 160 to 195,000 years ago. 195,000 years ago.
For dinosaurs and humans.
And then you call the Ark of the Covenant.
It's just for whatever reason, I had a Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And then you actually said anyone could ascend to heaven. You actually brought that up. Paranoid has put together another song about Earl. Let's give it a quick listen. Go ahead, Earl.
You can hear these songs on thecosmiccircus.com, too.
I think he's coming up with a new website, too, and I want to check up on that. So, Earl, you got it? You know, Dave gives me this whole list of songs before and says just throw it to Earl. But for whatever reason, it's impossible.
Yeah, we're ready. I'm sorry.
I like when Ron gets mad and starts screaming at Black Earl. Then Earl breaks down and runs out of the studio. Then he comes back in and says, I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
That was bizarre. Earl Flintstone with us today, taking care of baby dinosaurs. Some people believe that dinosaurs would be dishwashers, sitting underneath the sinks with their trunks up above into the sink area.
My favorite, leftovers.
I'm in fucking shock, Fez. I'm in shock. I really am. Dave, you're looking smarter every day. Every single day, you and that crazy report that you did look brighter. Now, Fez, you and I were talking about this last night. Dave seems to have the stare, what we call the stare of the broken producer. How you holding up, Dave?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel very, very nice. I don't want to give you the stare at all.
Yeah.
I just I've been a little tired lately because of sickness, purely mental and health reasons.
You got mental sickness?
I've got some mental sickness as well as physical, you know, and there's not a lot of sleep going on. I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I feel great between noon to 3, though.
I don't see it. I see the stare, and I see a guy that can't seem to grab a hold of himself.
The stare is that just off in the distance, even though you're in a room with us, you're still a million miles away.
Right.
Your mind is not here whatsoever, even though your body shows up for work.
Full Metal Jacket in the bathroom.
The 1,000 yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been shooting my gun a lot lately, too, my air handgun. And just, you know, I don't know. I guess it's been a good tension reliever, but I'm gonna get back to normal.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I can't understand it.
That's all part of the stare, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Some medication.
Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to ask Earl, where was the thesis in that introduction? And also, was there a bibliography page or any kind of quotes, or is it just all Captain Caveman and Noah's Ark?
Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman!
And Noah's Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, because, you know, I go to USF down here in Florida, and, you know, we may be a small school, but that ain't cutting it, buddy.
Yeah, all right, see you
So,
later.
yeah.
Go Bulls.
I used various sources.
Various sources.
He didn't quote anything, though.
Yeah, you
He
didn't.
didn't say coming from, so it's a lot of plagiarism, is what it seems to me.
Right, and people assume and people believe, and the web, really an internet of information. Just fucking going on and on as you can.
You know, you brought up listening to him is like listening to a Bush third term.
Yeah.
He used the same sort of ploys that in a George W. speech.
Yeah.
Like the other day when the terror plot was revealed, George W. says, to believe that there is no terror threat against the United States is a mistake. Like there's people out there, anywhere, that think that actually believe there's no terrorist threat against this country. You gotta be kidding me. We're perfectly safe. See, when you say that this imaginary they believes something, then it's easier for you to debate it and say that here's what you should believe.
Somehow I was just trying to inject my own personality into it somehow.
No, there's no personality. It was just fucking confusion.
Oh, success then.
Yeah.
It seemed like his essay was written by the mysterious evolutionists, because those were the only people they quoted.
Right. The evolutionists. As if, that always gets to me, that some people act like, well, scientists make this up, obviously, because they hate God. What is their fucking gain? What is the end game of making up lies because you hate God? What do you get out of it?
You get to go back to the Institute, Ronnie, with all the other scientists and say, well, I've done it. There's no one left on the planet that believes in a higher power. Our goal is complete.
Earl, tomorrow you get here early. You go back to Opie and say it didn't work out.
Still make him wear the bow.
I'm not going to tell Opie that. I love you guys.
Ask if you can run a board for him in Cleveland. And even then, you're going to fuck up.
I'm not going to fuck up anywhere, and I'm not.
Just remember when to go to breaks.
I like working with you guys. I'm not a quitter.
You quit on the essay, though.
Well, I never called you a quitter. We called you an idiot. Maniac. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, buddies.
Yeah.
In my 35 years of living, I finally discovered how the dinosaurs died. I'm so glad that God drowned them when he flooded the earth. Thanks, Earl.
Except for the dinosaurs that live beneath the sea. I don't know why they died also.
Well, I guess they just kept eating everybody, so God said, I'll show you.
Then he says this. No one knows how Moses was able to evade the dinosaurs. No one knows this.
That makes sense, though, because if God wanted to get rid of something on the planet, instead of sending that huge asteroid to crash into the Earth and change the matrix of everything so that humans would grow, let's see, I'll need rain to drown them. They're really big. Well, it's going to take about 40 days, 40 nights worth of my rain to get rid of these really tall dinosaurs.
Then there was a part in the essay where he started to list, like, what dinosaurs were called in the Bible or something. Did you get that part where he couldn't pronounce any of the things on his own report, and he was just saying, like, terrapins and weird stuff? What part of... what was that part? Again?
I was quoting the book of Job and
that
Genesis.
Was proving that there were dinosaurs?
Hey, do me a favor. You go to church every Sunday, right?
Yes.
4.5 hours?
Not that long, but generally between 2 and 3.
All right. Give that to your minister and say, hey, I defended us on the radio. And see if he doesn't excommunicate you from that clapboard church over in Queens.
I did notice, though, that when he was listing what they call dinosaurs in the Bible, he included Wookiees and Tauntauns, which I believe is from Star Wars, not the Bible.
I did not say Wookiees or Tauntauns.
You brought up sand people.
Tusken Raiders.
Brad, you're going to run a Fez.
Hey, Earl, there is help for you, man. You just need to join the Episcopal Church. Jesus Christ died to take away your sins, not your mind.
Here is Eric, you're going to run a Fez. Eric, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, yo, what's up, Ron? How you doing today?
Hey, pal.
I just want to question Earl's knowledge on the Bible. Hey, Earl, do you believe everything in the Bible is true?
By and large, yes, I do.
What do you mean by and large?
Okay.
There's some points that you say are false?
No, there's some things that I will question. And
what are you questioning?
I got to hear what you question. If baby dinosaurs in the Ark are the facts, I must hear what you question.
No, there's certain things that confuse me, like certain men in the Bible lived 960 years and 850.
Yoda was the guy's name.
I mean, those things I question. I'm like, it's like one that.
And his Bible's earlier because anytime, like in our Bible, it'll say Satan. His Bible, it says the blue-eyed devil. So it's all a different thing. All right,
but Earl, not that. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron.
Go ahead.
Earl, not to steal something from Bill Hicks, but then why do we celebrate the resurrection of Christ by having a giant Easter bunny lay chocolate in our drawers?
Well, our church, the church I go to, we don't celebrate with the Easter bunny or anything. We celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's what we celebrate.
And then you don't go home and have an Easter basket for the kids?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't even
really. Either you do or you don't.
He's lying.
Do the kids have candy?
No, not really.
And they don't dye eggs?
Like, ours, we didn't necessarily.
Necessarily, either you did or you didn't.
No, not really, necessarily, by and large.
Not that I can remember as a kid. It was silly.
Who would not remember an Easter basket?
I don't remember an Easter basket.
Oh, you were given amnesia candy.
I mean, it was done at school and everything, but at home, no, we didn't do stuff like that.
You did.
Maybe your parents were just cheap. Maybe that's the thing. They didn't want to spend on dye.
No, we ate the eggs. We didn't.
All your nieces and nephews right now don't get an Easter basket.
No, not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
No, because I don't see them every year.
Per se.
No, I don't see them. I don't see all of them at once on Easter. We come in piecemeal.
Piecemeal?
No. Well, piecemeal. Like sometimes two of my sisters will come over with their kids.
Did those two kids have Easter baskets?
No.
He can't be near them because he tries to kiss them.
As far as I know, no.
As far as I know. Per se.
When I see them, no, I do not see them.
Lord in heaven.
Everything's an Iran-Contra answer with Earl.
It is.
As far as I know.
Fucking Iran-Contra.
Is that a Baptist thing, or is that just a household thing?
No, I'm just saying that when I'm with them,
the cops pulled them over.
When I'm with them, I don't see Easter eggs. I don't see an Easter egg basket.
Okay,
whether or not they go home or not,
I don't see nothing.
Easter egg basket. No, I'm trying to answer the question as best as I can.
As best as I can. Just answer it. It's a yes or no thing. Do you have a Christmas tree?
Yes, we have a Christmas tree.
And where does that show up in the Bible?
It doesn't.
What is it then? What does it represent?
Honestly, I have no idea what
a pagan holiday.
It does represent a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you do Halloween?
No, we didn't.
Not that I know.
No, we didn't do Halloween.
I've never been in a costume that I can say I know of.
No, I never had a costume or anything. To me, I always thought Halloween was a silly holiday.
No trick-or-treaters ever came to your door?
Yes.
And what'd your dad say to him?
He would either yell at him or give him candy. One of the two.
All right, if you have candy, you were celebrating Halloween.
Yes, he celebrates Halloween.
So you just told us you didn't.
No. Did I go in costume and get dressed and go out and trick-or-treating? No, I did not.
Not even in first grade?
No, I did not. I never believed in Halloween. I always hated Halloween.
You don't believe in Halloween, but you believe there was baby dinosaurs on a wooden boat.
I hated the concept of Halloween. I always thought it was a silly holiday. I hate when adults dress.
By the way, you know, one of the people that you say, one of the things you have a hard time believing is the 900-year-old men. That was the guy who built the boat that put the fucking baby dinosaurs on it.
Yes, I understand. There's things in the Bible that you can openly question. It's always open to questioning. But to me, the message in the Bible...
You question Jesus.
No, I don't.
You don't think there was a Jesus.
No, I don't question Jesus, but I mean, but the overall messages in the Bible, I believe that wholeheartedly. And I will until the day I die.
Jesus got presents on Christmas.
Unless, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he got myrrh.
Oh, yeah, which he hated as a baby.
Golden frankincense.
You know, and I don't knock
Get the frankincense away from the baby.
You know, and I don't knock anyone that doesn't believe, and I don't knock anyone that does. I believe what I believe. I think that's...
The only thing that you should believe, Earl, is that you're dumb and getting dumber. That's the only thing you should believe.
I now feel like I have to stake out your house on Easter. I can't be with my family. I have to look through the windows to see if there's marshmallow peeps in there.
There is.
You know there is.
Of course there is. There has to be.
Everybody got around this ham. Get your eggs, children. Your family never went without.
Yes, we never went without.
So don't act like your parents didn't take care of you. You probably had a big-ass Easter basket.
What? I wasn't running around with like an Easter bonnet and an Easter basket. No.
Easter bonnet?
No.
Of course not. You're not a fucking chick.
Oh, look at her on that Easter bonnet. He beautiful.
I've got to see you in an Easter bonnet now.
Unbelievable, Earl. All right, tomorrow you're going back to Opie.
No, I don't want to go back to Opie.
And say, this did not work out.
Wearing your bonnet and sitting in a basket.
Just go back to Opie and say, Mr. Don't Want Me No More.
I am not going, and not saying Mr. Don't Want Me. I caught that joke. But I'm not going back and saying
Mr. Don't Want Me No More. He'll know exactly what that means.
I know what it means, and I'm not saying it.
Can we leave you in a basket on Opie's doorstep?
No.
He'll think it's the Ark. And he's a baby dinosaur.
Please care for this baby producer.
Unbelievable.
I hope this flood starts going down soon. These baby dinosaurs in the back, they're getting big. They're getting hungry.
I'm worried. We're missing sheep. That's probably the baby dinosaurs ate the unicorn, and that's why he's not here today. Just read us the last sentence of your report. I want to hear how you summed it up, Earl.
I'll read the last paragraph.
Just read the last sentence.
I wrote, in the end, it's not where...
In the end. And in the end.
In the end, it's not where we come from, but what we can learn from the past to help us move forward.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
He ripped that off from Stephen Hawking anyway.
I think he got it from The White Shadow.
No,
What do you mean it's not where we come from? That matters.
To me, it doesn't even matter anymore. It does not.
The whole premise is how it matters.
It's how we treat each other today. Whites and blacks living together as one.
I mean, at this point, I'm like, it's like, does it really matter?
Yes!
3 pages of it were written on why it matters.
It obviously matters.
Last sentence at the end, you fuck your whole thesis up.
No, I'm just saying, but as far as where the truth lies. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I gave up and just said, I don't know.
The truth lies somewhere in the middle. 100,000 years. Could we please just settle on that?
Here's somebody that wants to defend Earl when Earl's saying that humans and dinosaurs live together. It's Mr. Slate. Mr. Slate, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Good morning, boys.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Slate?
Yeah, we're doing great here, Ronnie. We've got employment records and some maintenance records on some of the dinosaurs that completely back up and collaborate with Earl's story.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking time to call from the quarry.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron, hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I finally got through. You guys are absolutely killing me today.
Yeah.
Is this a bit?
I swear to God, it's no bit.
Stupid.
This is all Earl.
In the words of Al Dukes, this is not a bit.
No.
I'm dying. And Fez, you're killing me too. It's
right.
just, you guys are, when are you going to have Baby Love on again?
Fez looks like he's leaning away from adoption.
I am. I'm at a 3 on a 10 being a full-scale adoption.
Like that fucking scale makes any sense at all.
Adoption, DEFCON 10.
Did we play the Baby Love song from yesterday? Is there any more? I know Perry's just been on a tear doing songs.
Yeah, Paranoid's got a Baby Love song that we haven't heard yet.
All right, let's give that one a play if we can.
Baby Love Watley.
Perfect name.
My baby love. My baby love. My baby love.
Fezzy wants to have a little baby, so he don't have to live alone. Bennington believes all Fez really needs is someone he can love. Baby love, get yourself a new life. Baby love.
My baby love.
Baby love. Baby love.
Baby Love Watley.
And everybody knows Fez would make a real good mommy. 10 little fingers and toes. She looks a lot like Ronnie.
Take this pig rattle. You like that pig rattle? It's a pig and it rattles.
Hush, little Fezzy, don't you cry. Baby love's gonna make you feel alright.
Baby Love Watley.
All you really need is a little baby love. All you really need is a little baby love. All you really need is a little bit of love. All you really need is a little baby love.
You have to promise not to eat my baby.
I can't promise, but I will go out of my way to try not to.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Fez is gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird won't sing, Fez is gonna buy you a diamond ring.
This, I swear to God, it's like looking at John Wayne Gacy.
My baby love.
I do distinctly remember hearing that song that you said we never heard yesterday.
We did play that yesterday. That was my bad.
Paranoid on a roll lately, though. On a roll. Here's a question for Earl coming up. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, this is Jay.
Hey, buddy.
Two things. One, how do we get a digital copy of Earl's report?
Yeah, we've got to put this one online. Let's get this over to Mikey Boy and let him post this on ronfez.net. And then I want one copy sent to the FBI.
For transcripts of the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
Go to ronfez.net.
All right, Earl, would you do that for us?
Yeah, I could do that.
And just read the last paragraph to us again. It just cracks me up.
Last sentence?
Now do the last paragraph. It's too funny.
I wrote, in conclusion, I believe that the truth, however one may want to call it, lays somewhere in the middle. I have always been the believer that one's faith combined with the existing science can support both ideologies. There's nothing wrong with questioning your beliefs. It is wrong to openly dismiss these ideologies without looking deeper into it and finding it out for yourself. I have done so and learned a lot and have not lost connection to my faith.
You have.
It totally contradicts everything in the first paragraph, which is totally how you don't write a thesis or an essay, whatever.
It's what every teacher wants to hear. I've learned a lot during my exploration of baby dinosaurs and the Bible.
He is really insane. He's absolutely insane. It's frightening.
Because it's all true in his little pinhead.
How does he keep that hat on his head?
There must be newspaper stuffed inside it, because else it would just be spinning on a perfect point.
We got to take a break here. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. You should probably give him more cowbell.
Not a Fez Show.
Kate Hudson and Chris Robinson, they are splitting up after nearly 6 years of marriage.
That is one half of a beautiful couple. It's really, really sad news.
So I think they have one kid together?
No.
So I guess they maybe should have followed the example of Kate Hudson's mom, Goldie Hawn, and Kurt Russell, and never have gotten married.
Or she should have followed her mom by being with someone presentable and not Harry No Talent. Earl, you're a big fan of his, right?
I love the band, and I think he's hilarious. I think.
We did some fucking gig with them one time, some birthday show we had in Florida, and he was like really pissed that the audience wasn't dancing more, and I called him a big fucking crybaby, and it got ugly for a second.
He was telling everyone, fine, just sit there.
Well, just shut up then, Chris Robinson. I don't get it. Anyway, she's doing the right thing. She's got to end that marriage.
So she's getting out after nearly 6 years. Does marriage work anymore, or is it just totally outdated?
Do you think it ever worked?
Not
in all honesty.
Not if you look at statistics.
No. And how many people stay married and aren't happy? I don't know if the whole monogamy thing works out at all.
The problem with marriage is for marriage to work, that's really rough. For marriages to work, they have to stay together, obviously. So,
are you writing a new Earl thing? Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying the only way for marriage to be successful is if it stays together. But then the only way to do that is to force people to stay together that usually don't want to.
I just want to pull out that Anthony's chick. This is the time to feel nervous when you see him getting into this. This is where he starts to end up in the corner. The only people that even want to be married now are the gay guys, and for some reason we won't let them. I would just like to point out to the gay guys, it doesn't work anyway.
It seems like it's all moving towards civil unions anyway, where it's like the state's going to take away eventually the word marriage, and everyone's just going to be unionized.
Well, the marriage is really in the eyes of the church, not in the eyes of law. It's just another thing for a partnership. And in reality, the partnerships work in businesses, Well, you do think they work if they work for X amount of time. Like if you and a guy go into a business and you have a store and, well, after 7 years the store shuts down, do you see that as a failure? Or for 7 years you guys made some money together?
You had a nice run.
Yeah. So nice run is what it's all about. So they had a nice little gig together. They produced a child. Why is everybody all upset?
I guess the thing is, and I've never been married, but...
Well, you're not allowed to. Well, Vermont, right?
I think it's Massachusetts.
Yeah?
Yeah. With that, it's like, do some people have to have the marriage, the actual ceremony, for that final bit of trust, where it's like, all right, now I've committed to you for the rest of my life, but I'm doing it with a license and a ceremony? I mean, people that live together, is there always just that feeling of, hey, this isn't legally binding or religiously binding, I can get out?
Here's Brandon. Brandon, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I've been married for 13 years. There's been plenty of days where I wanted to walk away. I've got buddies, and she's got buddies that have been married and divorced twice. And like Fezzy said, look, you got to work at it. You don't work at it, it doesn't work. I'm sick and tired of these people thinking it's just a business decision. If you're going to stick in it, stick in it. You want something on the side, don't let her know about it, crying out loud.
So the main thing to do is that if you have something on the side, keep it quiet. That's working at it. Right? You got to work at the oh, he's already gone. But you got to work at covering up your real fun. I got to agree with that one.
Keep all your secrets.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make it work.
What else is happening out there, Fez?
This week in Prague, the International Astronomical Union, they're going to decide if Pluto should continue being considered a planet or not.
How can we take it away once you've given it to them? It's too embarrassing for that little ice chunk.
It seems I would really hate the feeling of going down to 8 planets. It would be like, oh, wait a minute, we're combining the Dakotas, and we're down to 49 states.
Well, what would be the last planet now?
Then that would be Neptune.
Yeah, you know, I used to know all that when I was a little kid. I was obsessed with it, and now I don't think... I know Mercury, Venus, then us.
Right. Or Third Rock.
And then, what, Jupiter's next?
No.
I get confused. Saturn?
No.
I can help you out with that. My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas. Mm-hmm. And what that is that's a little memory technique to remember all the planets.
Okay.
My, Mercury, very, Venus, educated, Earth, Mother, Mars.
All right, hold on. Where's the pizzas? I'm fucking starving. Did your mom bring us 9 pizzas or not?
No, she didn't. That was just the...
Well, don't come in here saying that your mom made us 9 pizzas when you know it's fucking lunch hour.
Okay. That was the memory technique that I was taught.
My memory technique is this. If you come in saying I got food, you got to fucking share with everybody.
All right, Mom, if you're listening.
All right, say it again.
My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas.
All right, so go all the way through.
Mercury, my very Venus, educated, Earth, Mother, Mars, just Jupiter, served Saturn, us, Uranus, 9 Neptune, pizzas, Pluto.
And now it's just going to be served us. And you'll be, you know...
Yeah,
that's
actually
going to be sad.
That's a sexual connotation.
Yes. It'll sound like your mom came in and blew everybody.
The pizzas are gone if they get rid of Pluto. They're like, they finally have to decide.
They say it's just just dirty ice right now. It's not even a planet.
Right. It's actually smaller than most of the moons in our solar system. So
but I don't mind that. But it does have to have the characteristics of a planet.
They said if it was closer to the sun, it would turn into a comet.
The one thing I don't understand is I thought the whole thing is just...
Why?
I love comets.
Well, a planet has to... I thought the whole guideline was a planet has to revolve around our sun.
Right.
That's what Pluto does. It stays in pattern with all of our other planets and revolves around the sun.
Or does it?
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
Because remember, that one, how long did it take it to get, it was like hundreds of years or something?
Oh, yeah.
To get around the sun?
Could have been just a coincidence.
Yeah. We just saw it. Here's Brandon, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, I listen to y'all. I love y'all, man. Eastside Dave, I've been putting up with it. He's a fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's called a mnemonic device. That's what memory techniques like that are called, mnemonic device. And it's also my very educated mother. How many educated mothers feed their kids 9 pizzas, you dumbass?
I was so starving, though.
There was a lot of kids at the house.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't. It really didn't happen. But this is a funny thing about Dave. He really does see memory as intelligence. And I don't know whether it's his upbringing, but he is angry when people don't remember dates. They don't remember names of presidents. I'm not sure if that's what I would consider intelligence. What's intelligence for you, Fez?
Intelligence for me is being able to look unbiasedly at an entire situation. To me, intelligence is where you can see both sides of something and not let your personal feelings get in your way. To me, that's intelligence when you can study facts.
See, I don't know if it's even about studying facts, because you got to be able to, understand wisdom, but then at the same time, you have to be able to use it and be able to probably communicate it to others.
That just sounds like open-mindedness, and then like hippies would be the most intelligent people by your guidelines.
Well, let me tell you about another hippie.
Yeah.
He had long hair. He used to go places with his friends. He smoked a lot of pot, and he ended up stealing some stuff from my uncle.
Oh. I thought you were going to tell us this was Jesus.
No. I'm talking about this son of a bitch, Jeffrey Anderson. He used to run by the name of Speedball. That piece of shit.
There's no real inspiration there in that story.
Huh?
There's no real inspiration there.
Every story can inspire. Fucking dirty hippie. A dirty hippie. Later, he was crucified. And I believe 3 days later, he rose. Jeffrey fucking Anderson. Son of a bitch. Hate him.
That's Jesus.
Huh?
That was crucified and rose.
You're on the wrong bet. You're on the wrong bet. Here's Rob. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why they're starting to consider Pluto not a planet is because if they have better instruments now, and they saw that Pluto is part of a asteroid belt called the Kuiper Belt.
Right.
There's the inner asteroid field that's between Mars and Jupiter, and then there's an outer one that circles like the whole solar system basically, and they believe that Pluto is the king of the Kuiper Belt. It's like one of the biggest rocks. So that astronomer, I don't even know his name, when he saw that, he thought it was obviously another planet, not realizing that it's just basically like inside the inner ring of the Kuiper
I'm all for this, Fezzy. I mean, if it's not a planet, it's got to go out. I'm going to feel bad about it because I did make the models with little balls when we were in school. But if it's not a planet, it's not a planet.
It makes the league stronger. It's kind of like baseball should be cutting teams left and right.
Right.
You should have 8 in the AL, 8 in the NL. Just stop with the expansion, bring us back.
Contraction.
Like
We're doing solar system contraction?
Yeah, Pluto's like the 20th
Not a bad
guy.
idea.
That's the way I look at it.
So your very educated mother just served you, that's all.
She just served us.
Who's intelligent to you, Dave? Who would you say is an intelligent person?
I like a guy like Stephen Hawking. You know, I think that's an easy response, but he uses his intelligence to understand the universe, and I always think someone who's intelligent needs to know math, like, really well. And he doesn't.
You gotta have the math thing down.
And he doesn't even need to use his hands at all.
Right.
He can do humongous mathematical equations without using his hands. I think that's very impressive.
It's all in his head.
Yeah.
I think he's so damn smart the rest of his body rejects him. That's the problem. It withers. It withers.
Almost like he's evolving into pure brain.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes. Dave's little mnemonic device doesn't work most of the time because what happens when Pluto is closer to the sun than Neptune?
That's very rarely. I mean, come on.
When that happens, you will fail.
It occurs once every, 1,000 years or something like that.
Come up with something new then in 100,000 years.
That would mean your intelligent mother served us pizzas 9.
We used to have one when I was a kid, was baby dinosaurs lived in the Ark.
It just helps to remember those little things when you're going into a test, especially if it's a midterm or something.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, I just want to say, first of all, that I love Dave.
Sure.
Hey, man, I was just talking about this astronomy thing, listening to you guys, and I was thinking, we had the moon landing. We've been, taught from the time we've been in school about astronomy and the planets. We put up the Hubble telescope. What in the heck have we really done? What have we learned?
You just gave us the full list.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't been to the moon. I haven't had an opportunity. Don't know that I'd want to go. You can't live on Mercury. You can't live on Venus. Who cares?
Well,
what do you guys think?
We did recently discover that there probably was water on Mars. And that's a huge discovery, because I have my own theory, which I think is very understandable, that there was evolved humans living there thousands and thousands of years ago, and they had a nuclear holocaust, and that destroyed their planet. In other words, Mars...
This isn't a theory, it's a fantasy.
No, I'm pretty sure...
That was
theory
a movie, man.
would have to follow something along.
I'm pretty sure it happened.
Mars or something? No, that was a movie where they did in the first and they showed the spaceship coming to Earth.
No, maybe John, it was. I'm just going to hang up on it. I got my own theory about Mars, and this is my theory. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them if you did. That's my theory.
That's a good saying.
Is that a theory or a song?
It's a theory, Fez.
Huh.
Or is that Jesus?
I saw this. I'm sorry. I saw this thing on the Sci-Fi Channel. It was from 1962, where they were sending a probe to Venus.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, the scientists really thought when they got to Venus, they were just going to find all kinds of life. That it was going to be an entire swamp planet with gators and birds and insects and everything.
Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, buddy.
Just wanted to let you guys know, one thing that I had heard was that a lot of these scientists that are talking about getting rid of Pluto, if they do get rid of Pluto, they're talking about possibly adding around another 14 or 15 other planets that fit the description a lot closer than Pluto does. So Dave's going to have to come up with a lot stupider sentence than that last one.
Why not come up? Well, whatever we decide it is, we call that one Pluto. Whatever is the big dog, that's Pluto. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, guys, I think we give Earl another shot at redemption. Another report on Pluto, in or out. What do you think?
What do you think, Earl?
I'm going to respectfully decline on this
Earl,
one.
this is an interesting thing, though. I know you are a biblical scholar. Why wasn't the universe mentioned much in the Bible? Why wouldn't they tell us exactly where we were in the universe? Why didn't they bring up gravity?
Honestly, I couldn't answer that question.
No one can, huh?
No, I think it's just the mention of the heavens and the stars, but outside of that, I don't know.
I think gravity is... Jesus' ascension into heaven would have not been so impressive if there was no gravity. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If everyone could float up in the air,
right?
Big deal. You know,
we all would have floated away.
We all would have floated into the
clouds. Nobody would have been there to even see them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's
so what's
why.
Your point?
We wouldn't know who was ascending and who was just floating.
We wouldn't know which ones are the real deals. Jesus and Mary are, because fucking Bronx Johnny would be floating in the clouds on Wednesdays.
Sure. Josh, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to point out that when Dave said that Stephen Hawking doesn't use his hands to do math, that's because he's a quadriplegic, Dave.
Yeah, he knew.
All right. See ya.
I was aware of that, though.
Dave, you're on Fez.
Hey, this is Dave. I just want to ask you guys, I'm a new listener. I got a couple of questions. First of all, I've heard it referenced on Opie and Anthony, too, and I want to know who Stephen Hawking is. I realize I'm a retarded truck driver. I'd just like to be clued in and what's wrong with him. And the other question, I'd seriously like to know if Fezzi is really gay.
Stephen Hawking is a physicist who lives in England. And he's written a book called The Brief History of Time that sold something like 10 million copies. Everybody has read it. And it's probably the only book most people have ever read by a physicist. And then the answer to the other question is yes. Yes, my friend, you figured out something no one else could.
I forgot what the other question was.
Brief History of Time was also made into a documentary by Errol Morris.
Rockumentary.
It was made into a rockumentary.
Did you like that?
I thought it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
He's the best documentarian in the world today.
Why do you got to rank people? Why can't you just say I enjoyed that? I enjoyed that film. It was nice.
Good.
Why put down everybody else who makes documentaries? Speaking of which, Fezzy, your best friend KOP, the documentary that he made.
Oh, Public Witness.
Public Witness. Please don't interrupt me when you see me about to say the title of something. He was just accepted at this film festival in Denver, and it's going to be playing final night, so it's very, very exciting for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the final night, that's like after most people have left and you don't usually see much?
Final night is headliner.
Oh.
That's when here come the headliners. The way it's going to play is Scorsese's new movie, and then Public Witness is going to play, and then for some reason is going to be the 300 Spartans. So I don't know whether what that's all about.
Congratulations, KOP.
But nobody will be leaving that night. Everybody will stay in their seats.
I'd like a head count before and after.
Where does this meanness come from? Is there a reason for it?
No, there's no reason for it. I just like getting my little digs in at KOP.
I noticed that you do that. With some people, you do that, though. And other people, you just let them go by.
KOP, has been known as a gossipy Gus. Lois Lane.
He wouldn't even let
reporter for RonFez.net.
He wouldn't let me watch the documentary. I asked him several times. He declined every single time.
Well, I have a copy of it. If you like, give me $10 and I'll let you have it.
Okay.
Or go to Denver for this film fest.
Please go to Denver for the film fest. You don't get out much anyway, do you? I see you're wearing the new Vincent Chase movie shirt. Very nice. Ramones. That one I think is going to kill because Vincent Chase looks exactly like Joey Ramone. Exactly. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just want to go back to Dave's thing on the whole Mars thing and the advanced civilization. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger proved that in Total Recall, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I never saw the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
It's a fine movie. I think you'd like it.
All right, I'm not a humongous Schwarzenegger fan.
Terminator
2.
Twins?
No. Even though it has Danny DeVito from Asbury Park, couldn't get into the whole. It's just one guy's so big and one guy's so little.
Yes. One guy's
they're
big,
not really
one guy's
twins.
little.
They're not
yeah,
twins.
they are.
Well, how can you say that if one guy's huge?
One guy got the good stuff, the intelligence, the good muscles and all, and the other one got the runoff.
Yeah, then he's like a weird embryo freak.
Yes, that's exactly what the film is about. You need to watch it sometime. You'd love it.
They're not identical twins.
No.
That's the way.
Obviously.
Those are really twins. Everything else is just... They're brother and sister.
Oh, this is the thing where you say things just to bring attention to yourself?
No.
I had a friend of ours who said, who's been listening to the show, and this is someone in the radio business, and they said to me, Dave reminds me of Billy where he does get the ire of the callers, but he comes in way too large, and sometimes he's way too obvious. And Earl is radio poison, which this person said to me.
So that's someone in the business that has said, even though Dave is so over the top,
right,
he's still much better for the radio show than Earl. That's an amazing analysis.
But you need to be tweaked a little bit. As a matter of fact, this guy did say he does like you on the air.
All right, well, I
which
thank
is
him.
You wouldn't come in as the over-the-top guy.
I'm trying not to. I can't help the thoughts that go in my head, though.
Earl, he described as radio poison.
I don't think I'm radio poison. I'm a little offended at that statement.
Well, let me see if I can give you some kind of a clue who it was. I'll just give out the initials of the company, CBS.
Holy shit.
Now I'm really, really upset.
Yeah.
Radio poison, so that if a radio show accidentally ate you, Earl, it would die right there.
Yeah.
It would shrivel up and die.
Can you give the initials of... Can you give maybe one initial?
No,
okay.
I cannot do
All right, that's fair.
Because I'm a man who doesn't out people.
Can you maybe give the numbers of the letters in the alphabet?
No, I'm not going to do any of that. See, is this one of the over-the-top things?
No, I'm just...
You know?
Well, we can come up with a code.
You should be happy that you got something nice said about you.
I thank the man.
You know, that's not bad. Who said it was a man?
Or the woman.
It's definitely not a woman.
The man.
I said I talked to him, not fucked him.
Radio business. Another 19-year-old girl has come forward saying she's been having an affair with Mets catcher Paul LaDuca. This one from Philly, and she guesses, I guess he has one in every city.
The only part of this story that makes me sick is somebody from Philly fucking a Met. That is just against everything I believe in.
So here is
some little girl from Kensington down on her knees sucking a Met ball sack is just wrong.
Here is a picture of the latest Paul LaDuca 19-year-old. He had one on Long Island that came out. This is the one from Philly.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but she's not as good as the other two, I don't think.
She's good enough. Believe me, in Philly, this is fucking Bridget Bardot.
He met her while she was working as a teller in an off-track betting parlor.
Sure.
That's not going to help out the fact that the Mets are investigating him for gambling.
And
you're allowed to go to the track. You're not allowed to gamble on baseball. You're allowed to play cards. You're allowed to bet races.
And he owns a couple of horses, too.
That's a very slippery slope.
But this is even legalized gambling. Never mind even in the illegal
yes,
stuff.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Michael Jordan was banned, or was heavily fined from the NBA because of gambling in Vegas.
Bullshit. No,
that is not true.
No, that is not true.
Ronnie, he was investigated by Stern.
He was investigated. Nothing ever came about that, though. And it wasn't about gambling in Vegas. It had to do with he being known to be with known bookies playing golf, losing money to them. But he never, no file.
Yeah, he never. There was never any criminal charges, any league fines.
No, I know there wasn't criminal charges, but I thought there was definitely a slap on the wrist.
No league stuff
by the David Stern office.
He took a break from the sport, went and played baseball.
Well, what does that mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get out of the league before we charge you.
But if it's going to be wink, wink, nudge, nudge, then that never happened. So you are allowed to go to Vegas, obviously.
Yes.
You are allowed to gamble on other things. You can't gamble on your sport. You can't stop people from doing legal things.
But they hugely frown on that, and that can get you in trouble with your team. I'm not even saying the league or the Hall of Fame can put you out, but that your team can suspend you if they so choose.
Well, here's what gets to me. All right, this guy's fucking a girl in every town. How many ball players are? What percentage are? Every straight ball player must have a piece of ass in every town, right?
I would think so. And Paul LaDuca has got the ones that are talking.
Well, I mean, it's because they've decided to out him. The newspapers are trying to out him. They better hope he doesn't start to throw out other people's names.
My friend saw Jason Giambi in a bar and a bunch of the Yankees were there, and he had two blonde chicks with him.
Well, first of all, I mean, any star is going to pick up any piece of ass that he wants. It's that simple. Who can hold that against him?
Jason Giambi's probably got two in each town then.
Sure.
He's a big guy.
So what's your point? Why isn't he in the paper? Why isn't every hoog he's ever been with? It's crazy that they're picking on this kid like this.
This girl says that at the off-track betting place, he gave her 2 tickets to the game, and then showed up, then invited her to a party afterwards, I think it was.
I mean, he bangs chicks and he gambles. Why don't we accuse him of being human? Where do they bring up how much oxygen he's sucking into his lungs? It's insane to worry about this stuff.
Tomorrow there'll be another 19-year-old.
Again, why wouldn't there be? I am more suspect of the guy who doesn't have a piece of ass in every town. What kind of guy would turn this down? A young ball player traveling around. What excuse could you possibly have? Oh, my wife might call. That's fucking crazy talk.
Billy Bean.
Yeah. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you honestly believe that Jordan isn't gambling? They just whacked his dad on the side of the road on a coincidence, somebody looking for a couple bucks from his wallet?
Yes.
I mean, there's no doubt. Well, he took a break. He was one of the worst fucking baseball players in the league. He decided to go play baseball. He was told.
First of all, you are allowed to gamble. They caught the people who killed his father It was a couple of 19-year-olds. Guys in Vegas that if you owed them millions of dollars, the last thing they're going to do is hit someone's dad and take fucking $68 out of a wallet. It's crazy talk, Tom. It's insane crazy talk.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
It's not true. The guy is allowed to gamble. He makes $50 million a year now that he's been out of the game this long.
It just seemed very suspect that he would take a break from the game he absolutely worshipped, and he came back 2 years later anyway.
Right.
It just seemed like there was, hey, maybe Michael was betting on some of the NBA games too. Maybe he was betting on.
You gotta have proof to say that kind of stuff.
I don't.
I mean,
have
if
proof.
not, well, you'll have a fucking sewing circle, and we'll give up on the whole United States thing.
I'll look into it.
Why don't you do that? Well, tomorrow you do a report on whether or not he gambled on basketball. Because I've never heard it accused before. I know the guy gambled on golf. I know he gambled on hundreds of thousands of dollars on golf, but why wouldn't he? He's worth millions.
Well, if he's gambling on football, he's gambling on golf, he's
Whoever
gambling
said
on
football?
cards. Oh, he was
I never
gambling on
said
football.
that.
They weren't even concerned on the amount of money he was winning and losing. They were more concerned about the people he was associating with, and that was it. But once they found out that there was no real connection there, they let it drop.
Why'd he leave the NBA? Why?
I have no idea.
Right.
Maybe
exactly.
he thought he had done all he could do in the NBA. As he's leaving with rings and trophies.
Well, he did come back and win, what, 3 more, though?
3 more.
Yeah.
Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, when Dave's in the studio talking about sports, it's absolutely awful. I mean, he knows absolutely nothing. Dave, why would David Stern push Jordan out of the league at the height of his popularity? Surprisingly, the league goes down the shitter 2 years later, by the way, with him out. If something was going to come out, it would have come out. It's honestly the most ridiculous conspiracy theory. Just because you play JV baseball doesn't make you a fucking expert on sports.
And basketball. And the answer to your question is that David Stern didn't want this information to come out about Jordan while in the league.
Jordan's, let me explain something. Jordan had all the pressure in the world on him. He was the biggest star we had, bar none. I mean, there wasn't even a number 2 at that time. His dad gets murdered. That had to freak him out. Maybe he just needed a little time away from it all. Well, and being a jock, being an athlete, he thought to himself, I always wanted to take a shot at playing pro ball.
I know. Again, it just seems like too many coincidences. Too many. Michael?
He dug baseball. He took a shot at baseball. If you had a shot right now to go see how well you could play baseball, why wouldn't you do it? I think you would, right?
Yeah, if someone promised me a spot on a minor league team, sure.
And that's what he had.
Yeah, the man was in the prime of his life. He had done everything you can possibly do in the NBA. He won an Rookie of the Year.
He just lost his dad, and he and his dad's big connection was baseball.
And he had the money and the time, and he took the shot.
Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, if you guys ever watch HBO Sports, he'll tell you Michael's on record to say that his first love was baseball, not basketball. And in '94, when he played baseball, he was close to getting called up to the majors when the strike happened. Yes, he was.
You know what? I had the opportunity to watch him play in Florida, and he was never going to be a big league ball player. He didn't have the fucking swing.
He was like Dave Winfield with...
But, I mean, you would be at a minor league game, and the electricity, because he was playing, there would be packed, people hanging out of trees, helicopters going over. I mean, it was amazing. It was like the circus came to town.
If Jordan was playing Parcheesi, there'd be electricity surrounding him, though.
So what's your point?
My point is, it's all too convenient.
You haven't made any sense. If you would, then I would back you up. Hey, Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, let me ask you a question. Is your father still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine isn't, and it's when your father passes away, especially his son. That's a life-changing experience. You have you're not going to believe how profound that is on some people. I think you're going way too far with this. It's like.
Well, it's looking for trouble where there isn't, and the league looked into it.
Right. Well, all I'm saying is the league was looking into him with the game. I'm not even talking about the father, all right? I'm just talking about the league looking into Jordan with his gambling, and then he retires instantly like that. That's what I'm saying. is that is very strange.
You let on there his dad got whacked.
I'm implying that there's a possibility that happened.
Why would that happen?
He owed some people some money.
The dad or Michael?
You know how much money Michael Jordan has?
Millions, I guess, but I mean...
Hundreds of millions. You don't run into money problems over gambling like that.
He didn't pay fast enough. He didn't...
You know how many ball players, Barkley has talked about how many millions he's lost? A lot of athletes bet really big because they have the money to bet really big.
Yeah, and then more often than not, they pay it off. And very rarely do you have, unless it was like a Pete Rose or something.
When you're doing this, you're dealing with casinos. It's not a big problem. They're not going to come kill someone's dad.
John Daly just said not too long ago, I think he lost like $50 or $60 million gambling.
Julie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dave, you know nothing about sports. I swear to God.
Don Mattingly hit 352 in 1986.
That's just a fact. That means nothing.
Let me ask you something. His father got shot in the face. Does that give him the right to take a little break from sports? Okay, he went to play baseball because as much as you know about Michael Jordan, you stupid redheaded douchebag, he loved baseball. That was his love.
He was real great at it, though, Sally.
He wanted to try it. Okay, you stupid know-nothing.
And he took a spot from a minor league guy who's been playing his whole life.
So what?
I care about that guy busting his ass.
No, you don't. You're just trying to do that thing.
Now you're just nitpicking because you're jealous.
No, I am.
You're trying to find a spot for yourself, and it's wrong.
Have you ever played sports?
Yes.
10th grade, he played JV ball.
Oh, he played JV ball. Oh, so you're the expert now? What sports did Michael Jordan gamble on, Dave, since you know so much?
And cards.
No,
and possibly football.
He gambled in Vegas, which is legal, by the way, retard, and he bet on golf. He lost all of his money on golf, you stupid retard.
Turn up your hearing aid.
No, stop it.
And let me tell you something else. They would never force him out of the game that he brought notoriety to.
All right, thank you very much, Julie.
You're welcome. Bye, douchebag.
All right, bye-bye. He turned that game around. And it hasn't been back since that point. Basketball's not in the same position it was without Michael Jordan.
I agree with that.
And when he went to play baseball, the big question was, why are you doing this? He goes, and the first question was, I love baseball, my father and I. It's more of an honor of my father. We watched baseball. We grew up on baseball. And he also said, I'm not afraid of failing.
Remember, it was the Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders kind of decade when everybody was giving that a shot. It was very exciting. When you love to compete, why wouldn't you?
I know what he said in the media. I'm just saying, it doesn't seem... I mean, he obviously still had a burning fire to play basketball. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come back.
No, sometimes you get a burning fire after taking some time off. I've taken time off from jobs and come back to them.
Well, look...
Why does he have to be thrown out of the game? Why is that the only reason that you can like Michael Jordan? As if he was thrown out of the game. Well, that's the only way you can accept him.
I don't even know what that means.
No, I know he's the greatest player of all time. I simply think that he was forced out.
And David Stern is not an idiot. He knew. You honestly think he would suspend the goose that's laying the golden eggs? The NBA was never bigger than when he was playing. You think he would throw him out for a year, what was it, 2 years or a year, and lose? I mean, because when the years he was out, the league tubed. They completely tubed. And then after he retired, it's
it would be worse of a gamble if it happened during his playing time. So Stern might have said to Jordan,
"You got to have some proof. Here's what you got to have. You got to have some proof."
I will dig
tomorrow. Come in here with a report.
I will dig into it very, very hard.
Good.
And it can't include baby dinosaurs.
Well, I don't want to take that away from him. If there is a connection between the two,
good.
Go ahead and grab it.
I watched the some of the new Monday Night Football broadcast team last night, towards the end of that game, in the fourth quarter, with Mike Tirico, Tony Kornheiser, and Joe Theismann. Wow, that's bad. It's as bad, I think, as everyone thought it was going to be. They were treating Tony Kornheiser, the other two, like he was a retard at his very first football game. Just pointing things out to him. Look, Tony, there's a poster welcoming you. And Joe Theismann hasn't changed one bit, just saying the most obvious of things. he was talking about the rookies in the league, and he's like, Vince Young still has to prove himself in this league. Yes, we understand that because he hasn't played a game yet. And the worst of them is this Mike Tirico, who for some reason doing play-by-play gets very sing-songy, where he's like, Janikowski coming out for a field goal.
He's sort of the black Keith Jackson, I think.
He really is trying to do a Keith Jackson impression.
Here's my prediction about Monday Night Football. We're going to have to read all this year that last Monday was the lowest rated Monday Night Football game in history. And it's all going to be about how few people are watching Monday Night Football now that it's over on ESPN.
I just thought it was it was bad chemistry. It certainly didn't feel like a Monday Night Football game. I mean, I know preseason.
You know what? Let's just be honest about it. It hasn't felt like Monday Night Football in 20 years. I don't know why we still act like it was a big deal for the last 20 years because nobody even liked it. Bronx Johnny.
I'm going to be real, boss. I think they'll do it right because SportsCenter follows them, and SportsCenter has a huge following, so they might as well watch
Huge following for cable. You don't put that up against what you will for primetime ABC. You know, Bill O'Reilly, they're like, oh, he's watched by a lot of people. He's watched by like 2.5 million, 3 million people. If you look at Lost, they're watched by 19 million people. It's a big difference between cable and primetime.
I think that's exactly how they're going to spin it. They're going to say the most watched sporting event on cable. I think.
Yeah, they will, but you still are going to read that it's going to be a small percentage. Because you've been reading for years, this season was the least watched. For the last 10 years, that's been the big Monday Night Football story. And again, a lot of it has to do with it's becoming way more localized. It's not the big national game that was back in the 70s and early 80s. It's just not the same game.
The NBC Sunday Night Football debut 2 Sundays ago, that was the #1 show of the week. Brought in huge ratings. This past Sunday, huge drop-off, I think like by 20%.
Yeah, I mean, nobody should. I think it's bad for the league to play this many preseason games as national games. I mean, I cannot believe how many games have been on already. I don't think it's good for the game.
Yeah, they take it Thursday through Monday. There's a preseason game on.
Hey, Jamie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to comment. I saw that game last night, and Joe Theismann, he did this on Sunday Night Football as well. He says the word football, no other.
I can't stand
it
Theismann.
Over and over and over again. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not a big Theismann fan. Joey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I've been calling every day. I still don't win a prize calling. But the question I have is, I think Monday Night Football is better now because everyone gets to stay up.
Hey, that's a great. All right, let me check. Everyone gets to stay up because it's Sunday, and they don't have work on Monday.
When am I going to win a prize? Is the real question.
You know what? It sounded like that was a great call. What do you think, Fez?
No prizes.
Earl, what do you think, Earl? Should he get one?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Dave, you're going to be the tiebreaker. It's up to Dave, Joey, all right? If Dave says yes, you go into the big prize closet. No prize at all. What do you think, Dave?
No, Joey.
Come on, Dave.
People work on Mondays, Joey.
Oh, Joey.
You were so close. You were a vote away.
Didn't make any sense, Joey.
I feel bad, Joey.
Well, give me the prize then.
No, Dave said no.
Come on, Dave. Don't be a dickhead.
Joey, people work on Mondays and Tuesdays. Your whole argument is shot.
It's earlier, though.
Yeah, it's earlier, though.
Joey?
Oh, poor Joey. He calls all the time. Still can't win that prize. He just wanted a prize. Here's Walter. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, brothers. What's up?
Hey, brother, man.
Hey, I digged away the new football TV package and the new NASCAR TV package are going to run together. Football has opened the door for NASCAR to become the #1 sport in the country. And, Dave, you stupid fuck, if you say anything about NASCAR, I'm going to come to New York and cut your cock off. See ya.
It's just a bunch of guys driving around.
You're not a NASCAR fan?
Spandex. It's very odd. And why do they have to have tied?
I don't think it's spandex that they're wearing.
No, it's race suits.
Nice astronaut out
race suits.
They're not skin tight.
I'm wearing a race suit.
Love the astronaut look, though.
Why angry?
If you're not Neil Armstrong, don't wear it.
What if you are?
Just still don't wear it.
What was that NASA stuff about Neil Armstrong the other day, Fez?
The U.S. government, they have misplaced the original tapes of Neil Armstrong's moon landing, the original video. So NASA...
Now he lost that title as first man on the moon.
NASA says they've been looking for a year for this footage, but they can't find it anywhere.
Have them call CBS.
Well, see, that's what they have. They have... Apparently, the original filming of the moon landing wasn't compatible with that day's TV technology. So what they did is they had to show their footage onto a TV, put it on a TV, on a monitor, and networks had to film the TV they were watching, that monitor, to get it over their broadcast signal. So all we have is copies of copies of copies.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you guys are doing great today. I really enjoy your show. You pick up my day, and I thank you. But I want to agree, Ron, Theismann is an idiot. I like when he changed his name to rhyme with the Heisman back in college. I'm a Redskins fan lifelong, and the guy is an embarrassment to the franchise. But Kornheiser's the only guy that has any hope of offering anything worth listening to on that show.
I am a big Kornheiser fan on his TV show. I love, pardon the interruption, whenever I catch it. I think he's very, very strong. I don't know how he's going to do as a color guy in a game that he's not even a big fan of.
Yeah, he's always said, you know, on his radio show and stuff, that a lot of times on Monday, people have to tell him about the football games because he didn't watch them on Sunday.
And he also always acts like he goes to bed early at night.
Right, yeah. He pays
how's he a sports writer without watching professional football?
Sees nothing on the West Coast whatsoever.
Earl gave me a book, and we're trying to book the guy. This is a sports writer for the New York Times. What's the guy's name, Earl?
William Roden.
And the name of the book is
$40 Million Slaves.
It's $40 Million Slaves, about modern-day professional athletes. So hopefully we'll be able to get him to come on in. Sean, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I'm the Pat.
Go ahead, Shawnee.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Wanted to let you know, when Dave was talking about Mars earlier, that is exactly, if he needs an example at what upsets people, when he says crazy things like that, that's where people get upset. Dave can be funny at times, but that's the kind of thing that really gets under our skin.
What are you talking? I mean,
when you said you had a theory about Mars, that nuclear winter came and ended all the cities.
You have to have theories.
That's not a theory. That's a fantasy. A theory has to be based on something.
There was water that was on Mars. Where did it go? Something must have happened.
Froze.
I don't think so. There's no ice.
Yes. That's how they found out about the water.
No, I think they just found
the planet got colder.
Right. Ice caps of Mars. Very famous.
Ice buried under the poles.
No, I thought they just found, like, canyons, and they realized that water made those canyons, but they didn't have ice on it.
Here's Ken. Ken, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got a good challenge for Dave. I want him to put his money where his mouth is.
Sure.
All right, Dave, listen up. I'm going to pay for you to come to Dallas, Texas at the Texas Motor Speedway and see if you can run a car into Turn 2 and Turn 1 at 196 miles an hour for 4 hours without smacking the wall, and I'm going to pay for it.
Okay. How long training?
Where your mouth is, punk, you little dipshit.
Do I get some training time?
Oh, yeah. You'll get the whole 2-day training package, everything. In the driving suit, it's called a Nomex fire suit, not spandex, you dipshit.
Yeah, he's right about that.
So you won't be wearing spandex like you thought you would be.
Well,
but I'll pay the $1,500 2-day
I'll email you.
To do it.
I'll give you my email address if we could put him on hold.
What's your email address?
I can't say that on the
Why?
I'll give you one email address, david.mcdonald@xmradio.com. There you go.
Why don't you give him the Didvod?
That's the one I use.
Yeah.
At Yahoo? You mean?
No.
Yes, that's what you meant.
What are you worried about, getting emails?
Sure. You know, I get some...
I give out my personal Ron and Fez at AOL.com. That's my personal email. If anybody wants to talk to Dave, email me, and then I'll try to get past security. Because what do you think? Someone's going to be able to break into your house?
No. All right. Go to david.mcdonald@xmradio.com. I check that all the time, and this is how I know it's.
What about your?
You've got the fucking stare. You've got the stare.
Why do I have the stare?
The burnout producer stare. I see it happening.
I don't.
I see it happening. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I don't understand it. With the Monday Night Football, I mean, ESPN, they got a gold mine with PTI, Kornheiser and Wilbon. I'd throw them two in there and maybe even like a Stat Boy 20 reality. I mean...
Stat Boy should be doing Monday Night Football.
I went to high school with Stat Boy.
You think it would help?
Man, he's doing a lot better than you, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. He's good. Stat Boy. Great name. Whereas here at Seaside Dave on the Ron and Fez show... And we're having lots of fun. I mean, Stat Boy, we get 3 hours of enjoyment. Stat Boy's on for, 22 minutes, including commercial break?
Well, then he's got the other Around the Horn show that he hosts.
The biggest PTI ripoff. Come on, you don't really.
It's all done by the same people.
Yeah, but Mr. B, do you enjoy 1 second of it?
No, I don't watch that one. Yeah. No, I watch PTI. When I do, I don't catch it every night. I catch it every once in a while. But every time I watch it, I do end up enjoying it. But I do have to agree that they've got the wrong gang in there. And it ain't Monday Night Football anymore. It just is not. It's like acting like Thursday Night Football is important, or Friday Night Football, whatever else you're doing.
I thought I would be thrilled just the fact that they had Paul McGuire out of there. That would turn it all around for me. And I'm like, all right, now I can enjoy one of these games.
I hate Paul McGuire more than the president of Iraq. If I had the chance to kill... one of them. I had one bullet. I would say to the president of Iraq, would you get down on one knee so I could shoot Paul McGuire in the face?
Those guys fell into
I cannot stand them.
I think Mike Wallace is going to interview Paul McGuire this coming Sunday on 60 Minutes.
What I'd like to do is hypnotize Mike Wallace and give him a gun and have him shoot Paul McGuire.
And one final question.
Theismann and Paul McGuire definitely had that. It was a rut that they were always Siskel and Ebert, like the last 3 years. That's a penalty. No, that's not a penalty, Joe. Well, that is a penalty.
They have both sides covered. It was the asshole and the dickhead. And I don't know which was which. But I hated them both. I wanted them both to lose the argument.
The only passion Paul McGuire ever showed during a game was if it was a first down or not. That was the only time he would get excited, and then it's screaming.
Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, I got 2 questions.
I'll go ahead and ask both.
I'd like to ask Dave, who do you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl, and if Dave will let me win a prize this time? I mean, this is the 3rd time I called today for the prize.
Who's going to make it to the Super Bowl?
It'll be the Manning brothers will repeat. Giants and Peyton's going to finally get there.
I don't think Peyton gets there this year. Normally, I would think the Colts have to get there, but this year, no.
It's going to happen this year because the focus is off them, and they can't be under the spotlight. They need the focus to be off them, and when that happens, they'll go to the Super Bowl.
I don't think they lost too many key guys.
Yeah,
that window of opportunity, I think it's closed.
It closes. It's over for them, and I can't, and it's not that I personally hate the guy, but I will be happy to see him start getting knocked on his can. I don't want to see him really get blitzed a lot this year and give up a lot of interceptions. That's my hope for this year.
My Super Bowl pick, I think it's going to be the New England Patriots going back, and I think it's going to be the Carolina Panthers going back. Really? It's going to be a repeat of that Super Bowl.
Here comes Keyshawn, huh?
Yeah.
Keyshawn. I'm going to go in this direction. I'm going to throw the Steelers back into it. I hate to fucking say it. Everyone knows I hate the Steelers because they're on the wrong side of Pennsylvania. But I'm going to put them up against, and everyone's going to hate me for this too, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
the Dallas Cowboys are going to be the team that we love to hate again.
That'll be the most hateable.
And you know what? There's something wrong with the country when we can't hate the Cowboys. We're getting our country back.
Because Parcells is a big asshole, and T.O.
I'm going to agree with everything that you're saying. And yet I still think they're going back. I think Parcells is going to say, look, everybody is against us. And I hate to say Pittsburgh's going back there. I'm praying for early losses.
God, that's the only joy in a football season.
You know, I pray I'm wrong about everything. I'm like Nostradamus. This isn't so much prediction, but a warning of an awful, terrible season that's coming.
An apocalyptic Super Bowl 41.
Yeah, and I already hate the season. I have not even watched a game yet, and I'm already pissed it's football season.
I was trying to think. I think you're going to see the NFC East send 3 teams into the playoffs, too.
See, I was going to go in the opposite direction. I like the Washington Redskins.
That would be even worse for me.
They answered everything they needed in the offseason. They fulfilled with the best available players. They were very good last year.
All right, here's my spy report there, and my prediction.
Spy report.
And a radio psychic. Let me see what the hell that even is. I don't even know what those are anymore. Man, everything has been changed around on this, and it's just a clusterfuck. It looks like Dave has been lettering things.
Right there. Well, it looks like...
Oh, here it is. But look how this thing bounces all around.
Radio psychic.
That for Washington Redskins, a certain head coach drops dead during this season on the sideline. He drops dead, and everyone sees it happen.
Wow, I'm writing that one down.
Write it down.
We all knew who you're talking about, too.
And I won't say who. But a certain team in the Mid-Atlantic, their coach drops dead.
That could be the difference.
I got this said to me from Mikey Boy. He goes, all right, we got 4 seasons a year. If you had to skip a season, and that doesn't mean just the weather, it means everything that happens over the course of that season. So if you almost like have to hibernate through it. Which season do you pick?
Wow, because my initial thought is summer because I hate hot weather, but then I'm missing vacations and everything.
Vacations, you're missing baseball, you're missing the Olympics, the World Cup, whatever happens to happen that part of the year. Now, you would be the only animal ever to hibernate during summer, which would really be weird. No animal normally will go away for the summer.
That's one sweaty bear in that cave.
Yeah. Earl, what about for you?
I would probably go winter.
You're giving up Christmas.
I understand.
You're giving up New Year's Eve. You're giving up the Super Bowl.
The
Super Bowl will be gone.
The baby dinosaur in a manger.
Earl.
I'm giving up that, but I'm also giving up very cold days, snow, blizzards.
Absolutely.
Icy,
but everything comes to a peak during the winter. You know, you have the start of the new year. You have Christmas. I guess you don't give up Thanksgiving, right? That'll probably be your last big meal.
Right, that's it. That's your hibernation meal.
But you do give up the Super Bowl, and you give up pitchers and catchers showing up. Earl, Dave, what about for you?
Spring. Because I can afford to miss the beginning of baseball.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be missing football. I am going to be missing NBA and hockey championships, which will upset me, and I'll be missing March Madness, which will crush me.
You know what? What about this? We don't tell you. And you just wake up, and we'll have it all TiVo'd for you, and we won't give anything away.
That'd be great.
Yeah. The good thing about it, what he was doing, too, when you give up spring, it's still fucking freezing cold in the spring. And then you go to sleep and you wake up and it's nice warm weather.
I'd also be giving up St. Patrick's Day, which really is like
one day you can get away with it. Yeah,
my birthday and Christmas rolled into one.
I'm going to give up. I'm going to crawl in next to Earl and give up winter, and the reasons why is then I get to skip Christmas, and then also the Super Bowl and everything that I hate.
Your Dallas-Pittsburgh Super Bowl.
You think I want to be awake for that? That nightmare? And also, you know, the funeral so fresh in my mind.
The Eagles, when they finally win, you're going to miss it.
That ain't going to happen, bro.
That's a chance you got to take, though, Mr. B.
I can't live that way. I can't live believing that the Eagles are going to win one. Or the Phillies, or the Sixers or the Flyers.
Now, by your philosophy, though, you would have missed the 1980 Winter Olympics. And that would be a huge...
Good. I had big money on Russia. I had big money in Russian hockey. Fezzy, they were a lock. They were a lock.
They were supposed to take the gold.
I had to go underground. That fucking game was so bad for me, I had to go underground for 2.5 months. I was running around like a victim. We need to take a break here. We'll come back and wrap up the show, Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. XM 202.
Ron and Fez show. If you ever do need to email us, it's ronandfez@AOL.com. And then check out our official website, ronfez.net. ronfez.net. We'll see what they're saying about Sheepy on there, Fez, and his big thing yesterday. Somebody told me this, that the old ronfez.net, they would be cool and they would support each other. And now it's much more negative, where the people bash Sheepy after he came on the show, and people bash Seaside Dave all the time.
Well, I mean, Sheepy's my nemesis, but I don't see how you could bash him.
Yeah.
You know, the guy comes in here and tries. It's like there's almost like a jealousy thing or something.
I consider this the Mikey Boy age, Fezzy, where the website...
I can't hear you. Did your mic go out?
I have no idea why it would.
All right, now I can hear you.
Is it on now?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea where that would happen. I saw Earl freaking out in the other room. Earl just went out on you?
Yeah, it would just completely went out. Like I can
How
hear.
does it sound now?
It sounds fine now.
Yeah, it just cut out and then came back in.
Yeah. Anyway, this website reflects Mikey Boy, and since he's so negative and cruel towards his fellow man, perhaps the website has went the same way. Now, I didn't read this, but I did talk to some of our friends who used to be on ronfez.net and said they don't do it as much anymore, that some of the postings were mean about Sheepy yesterday.
Well, Sheepy, it's like attacking Mother Teresa. You really can't find anyone nicer than Sheepy, although he pushes my buttons.
Here is Bernie. Bernie, you're on Ron and Fez playing both sides.
Yeah, about that seasonal thing, who would you choose winner? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, about Black Earl choosing winner, he realizes he's going to miss out on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right?
Well, for Earl, every day is MLK Day. Is that right, Earl?
Well, we can honor him every day. It doesn't have to be a cold day in January.
You know how you could honor him, Earl? By leading a life. Leading a life that you are not ashamed of.
But I produced the show. I'm not ashamed of that.
The way you produce it, I would be ashamed. I think MLK, not only Junior would be ashamed, but also Senior. And I don't think the third, who's a bit of a slacker, would even be crazy about it.
I did notice, Earl, I think you were the only person that didn't get asked to speak at Coretta Scott King's funeral. That thing went on for 12, 13 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was an average church service, but no, I did not get the invite.
Denise, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
I just wanted to point out that Dave might be the dumbest Irishman ever to think that St. Patrick's Day is in the spring. It's March 17th. The first day of spring is March 21st.
Yeah, you would make it, and then you would go to bed, Dave. So that is true.
And your alcoholic coma.
Or coma.
It's 4 days. I mean, March is considered spring by most people. The first day of seasons changes every year anyway, right?
No.
Well, it should.
Why do you have the... rather than saying, oh, yeah, you're right, that's great, I'll still be able to get it.
That one was a victory for you.
Yeah.
The cast of Dancing with the Stars 3 has been announced. All right, so on this list this season...
All right, hold on, Fezzy. Before you read this,
yep.
Let me get to the edge of my chair.
Scoot closer.
I was kidding.
The Jerry Springer is on it. He'll be Dancing with the Stars. Disney Channel's Monique Coleman, country music, Sarah Evans, Shanna Moakler, who's divorcing Travis Barker from MTV's Meet the Barkers.
All right, so far the only star I've heard of is Springer. And star, I don't know if I would use for Springer.
Singer Willa Ford, Vivica A. Fox is going to be part of this. Harry Hamlin, be on Dancing with the Stars 3. Joey Lawrence, Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell. 3-time Super Bowl champion Emmitt Smith. And Tucker Carlson from MSNBC.
Now, isn't he a little busy with the war?
He was just in the Middle East getting all suntan last week. We saw him reporting live from there. And they always talk about on this Dancing with the Stars how long it takes to rehearse every day. So I don't know how he's possibly supposed to be doing news and ballroom dancing at the same time. He's trying so hard to be liked, Ronnie. Just so hard.
I'm crazy about the guy. Since he's joined Dancing with the Stars, I'm crazy about him.
He's ditched his bow tie. The hair's grown long. He's practically in a leisure suit now. He just wants so hard to be liked. And yet comes off unlikable. And
8-6. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. An Army base in Missouri is leading the nation with the most discharges under the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. 60 people have been dismissed from this base. Fort Wood, Missouri, oddly enough.
Now you don't tell people you don't want to. You don't want out.
I think what happens is somebody told, and that's why they're dismissed under the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy.
I don't even understand that. It says Don't Ask, Don't Tell. How can you tell?
That's why you get dismissed, because somebody's telling and somebody's asking and getting an answer to it.
That doesn't make sense.
So,
first of all, if it's Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it means you can't ask and you can't tell. So if someone tells on you, they're the ones breaking the rules.
Right. Yeah. So they should. The telling you should be sent out for, but not the asking.
Huh? Not the asking. It's don't ask and don't tell.
A new Zogby poll.
Not don't ask, but tell.
A new Zogby poll shows that 75% of Americans can name 2 of the 7 dwarves, but only 25% can name 2 current Supreme Court justices. So I think that's because everyone watches cartoons and not everyone pays attention to the Supreme Court and who's on it.
You're right, my friend. You've got them.
I mean, it's easier to remember dwarves' names than it is Supreme Court justice names.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to say this. Dancing with Stars, all it is a bunch of has-been, low-life, past tense stars that are trying to make an extra buck.
First of all, has-beens, most of these people, I think I would leave it at never worse. I don't know many of those names. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, did you tell Fez I said what's up?
No, I didn't say anything to him about it.
Yeah, tell him I said what's up.
You know, when I get the chance, I'm going to tell him, but not now.
All right. Hey, by the way, you can't call Joey Lawrence anymore. It's got to be Joe Lawrence. Otherwise, this guy's going to have a major hissy fit.
Oh, now he's Joe Lawrence.
Now he's Joe Lawrence. We got to go through this all the time with everybody. Oh, I'm Joe Reiner, and don't forget it. Every time I turn around.
Charlie Gibson, finally at his age, wants to be Charles.
Yeah, Charles. Oh, I forgot to tell you, everybody, I'm a fancy pants.
I'm Ron Howard. I'm not Ronnie Howard.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, with the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, a couple of years ago, one of the paratroopers got killed for dating a transvestite.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the guys end up going to Fort Wood because of the name.
Gotcha. Here is Rodney. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, the reason, it's called Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, by the way. And the reason all these kids are getting out is because their primary function is like a basic training type place, because these kids figure it's their only way out, probably.
So they're coming in saying, it's so boring here, I'm going to just tell everybody I'm gay.
Hey, they'll do anything. I went through it. They'll do anything to get out. Out.
Thank you, brother. Here's Steve. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, Ron. About that Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I was in the Navy 4.5 years. You use it as a way to get out of the military. If you provide pictures or whatever showing that you might be in that kind of behavior, they pull you right out. There you go.
I always thought Army, don't ask, don't tell. The Marines, don't ask, don't tell. Navy, assume everyone is gay.
Well, I went in the Navy thinking the same thing, but there's not as many people in there gay as you would think.
Well, best of luck looking around, bro.
Yeah.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez. Stevie. We lost you, bro. Hey, Jacob. Jacob, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I was wondering, Fez, is Judge Wapner still in the Supreme Court?
Judge Wapner not part of the Supreme Court, my friend. Never was. I don't even think he's not even still part of the People's Court.
Don't we got another song that Perry put together for us?
Yeah, he did one, The Ballad of Gail O, from when Polo's wife came to visit us the other day.
A lot of people who listen to this, please don't take drugs.
She's not happy, and she's not normal anymore. She's so lonely. She's got no one left to lose. She wants to die before Christmas.
You hope to die before Christmas?
I hope so.
She's afraid.
I'm afraid that if I die before he will, and I think what's going to happen is he won't care at all.
He won't care at all that you're gone.
I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone.
She's probably going to commit suicide.
If you die first, I probably will commit suicide.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't kill yourself. Kill someone else. Gail. You're gonna have to kill Paul. You'll have to do it while he's sleeping. Hang, bang, shoot him in the head while he's laying in bed. You can blame the medicine.
The biggest problem is that she doesn't understand exactly how mentally ill she is.
I am not that mentally ill. I have a bipolar disorder.
That's nothing.
It's not.
It's a bipolar on top of a schizophrenia.
No, I'm not schizophrenic, Paul. I'm dual. You've heard of what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's it. The doctor
Dual personality.
Yeah, you don't. I'm not psychotic, Paul.
I'm starting to think that Arnold Paranoid might be a genius. That was unbelievable. Nutty, but unbelievable.
That may have been my favorite one. It's definitely more of a favorite than any of the fatty pneumonias he's come up with.
Well, he's got 3 of those now as we're heading towards a fatty pneumonia rock opera. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
All right, buddies, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Why do they have a problem with gays in the military? They just inducted some kind of autistic kid out in California. The recruiters are getting in all kinds of trouble for, the rules they're bending and everything to get these kids in. Why are they letting all the gay and lesbians out? Doesn't make any sense.
Because gays make Jesus cry.
Ah, that's it.
Yes. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
That eventually is going to have to change in this country when all that's left to join the army are gays. And the elderly.
Only gays want to join the military and get married. They are really the most conservative people we have, except for the whole gayness. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I had a funny story from a Marine Corps boot camp that,
we will judge that.
Well, everybody realized the rumor went around that if you claimed you were gay, they would immediately throw you out of boot camp, which is not very easy to get through to begin with. But a couple of guys did that, and they stopped it when the third guy went to see the first sergeant and said, I just want to come out of the closet, I'm a homosexual. The first sergeant dropped his pants and said, prove it. That was the last one that got out on that.
Well, I was able to get out of boot camp, Fez, and it was pretty ingenious what I did.
How'd you get out of boot camp?
Never signed up. And that has been something I've been working at angle now my whole adult life.
I noticed in my neighborhood, I see the military putting up flyers for like recruiting meetings for the young kids. I mean, you see the commercials on TV or like before the movies start. Now it's like they're actually canvassing the neighborhoods. It seems like we're really hurting for soldiers.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, brother, how's it going?
Hey, my man.
Dude, we were on our third term going back to Iraq, all right? And this girl, she was considered the barracks whore, and she's hot as hell. However, one morning she decided she's not going to go back to Iraq, and she called up a friend from out of town, and instead of getting up and exercising with everybody else for morning PT, the platoon sergeant went inside and saw her curled up naked in bed, no covers on, just sitting there smiling, naked as Jaybird. Just couldn't wait to get busted.
And out she went, huh?
Well, shit. They call the first sergeant, and like 3 or 4 other guys go running down the hall going, what? That's about it. That's all I got for you.
All right, thank you very much. It's an odd situation where the government can accept you killing someone, but they can't accept you going down on someone. It's a very strange thing of what works and what doesn't work in a society.
The killing, that's your good points. That's what they're looking for there. And I don't think I would have any trouble, like if I went
down on somebody. I know.
Like if I went to boot camp and didn't like it, just hated it and had to get out, I don't think I would have a problem with a dishonorable discharge following me around the rest of my life. I think I would be fine being dishonored at the fact that I could just go home and get the hell out of there.
Really? You're not a guy. Now think, because I know how you are about your credit report and stuff like that.
Right.
And that stuff does show up on all your reports. It follows you. Now, when I was a kid, my dad acts like, well, if you're dishonorable discharge, you can't buy a car. You won't be. I don't think it's ever that bad as it used to be.
Right.
But it does follow you around.
I mean, as long as there's no jail term involved.
Yeah.
For, washing out of boot camp.
You would let them put the pink triangle on you.
Exactly. Get me the hell out of here. I hate this. I can't do another push-up.
Earl, where would you be on this? You wouldn't mind dishonorable discharge?
If given the choice, I would take the dishonorable discharge over being getting the pink triangle. It's just
you can't follow it, can you, Earl?
Stephanie, you're on Ron and Fez. By not being able to follow him, makes him the perfect producer for this team. I don't know how we've been able to do it. Hey, Stephanie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I have a story about when I was in basic training.
I'd love to hear it.
We had a guy, as soon as he got off the bus at Fort Jackson, he started acting like he was dribbling a basketball, and he did it for 2 months while they had him in holdover. And then the day that they were sending him home, he went into the headquarters office and went up to the first sergeant's desk and laid the basketball on the desk, and she asked him, aren't you going to need that anymore? And he said, nope, not anymore. Walked out.
Yeah, I guess if I was in the military, that'd be an interesting story, but I'm not. No one's forcing you to join. I don't know why these guys all have to act like they're nuts. You're the one who signed up for it.
Well, it's like they've never seen any sort of boot camp movie or anything to know how bad it is.
Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, last year I had just turned 18, and I was getting shitloads of cards from every military branch, and I finally get a call from the Marines, and the recruiter's telling me what they're all about, and we schedule an interview, and I get in there, and he starts yelling at me that I wasted his fucking time because I was blind, and just let him on for a half hour.
Just sat there, just having fun with it?
Yeah.
They sent the invite.
Yeah, remember, Fez, when you were a senior in high school, you would get tons of that stuff sent to you.
Oh, constantly coming in the mail.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Fezzy, man, even today, a dishonorable discharge will preclude you from a lot of jobs, and it will affect your credit. In the 80s, I went in the Army, and I broke my knee in basic training. I have a general discharge because of a medical reason, and this happened during basic training, and it even messes me up for certain types of being able to get certain types of government jobs. And dishonorable 10 times worse.
The beauty of it is Fez has spent his whole life working in radio, where dishonored is what everybody is that works in this field.
If I went in with an honorable discharge, they'd probably show me the door.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Ron, how you doing? I heard that Walt Disney was dishonorably discharged, so it can't be that bad.
I don't know about that.
Just acting all crazy, drawing mice and ducks that talk while he's in boot camp, then they finally throw him out.
Here's Chris. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get outside so you don't hear feedback.
Sure.
I went to basic training, and I took a couple tabs of LSD with me in my sock. I took them one night, and while everyone was sleeping, I started laughing. The drill sergeant came in and fucking threw me out of there immediately.
Now, why did you think it would be a good idea to trip in basic training?
Well, it was me and a buddy of mine. We went in together on a buddy program.
Right.
So we thought we'd have some fun one night while everybody was sleeping, and it got way out of control. Too much noise, they found out.
All right, bro. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, boys?
Hey.
Hey, I got two things. First of all, a lot of these kids, when they come in, they once they get there, they're like, well, no, I only came here for the college money, okay? They don't want to do the job, so they try to get out. But as far as the discharges go, I was a former NCO. When a soldier, comes out of the closet and says that they're gay, they're homosexual, they don't dishonorably discharge. And what they get is called a general discharge. And within 6 months, you petition the Veterans Administration. It gets turned into an honorable, so you get all your VA benefits. As far as the dishonorable goes, you've got to murder somebody, sell massive amounts of drugs, do time at Fort Leavenworth like that to get a dishonorable. And I tell you right now, you don't want a dishonorable following because it really does affect you in life. I have a friend that got caught selling drugs, and his life is very, very difficult right now because that dishonorable has followed him wherever it goes. It's like the credit report, man. When they put your name in the system, it pops up, and they see that, and it can affect you in a lot of things and prevent you from doing a lot of things. It can even cause you to not get a job.
Okay, man. I've heard that before from people. Fez, you said you'd be glad to take one.
Yeah, if I wanted out of the military so bad that it was driving me insane, I would do what it took and get the dishonorable discharge and somehow make it through my everyday life with that dishonor.
But you have no problem saying my country sees me as being dishonorable.
No, I got no problem. If I wanted out of there so bad, and I would imagine I would, yeah, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
I'd be freaked about it. I'd be freaked if my own country said this is a dishonorable person. It would just completely weird me out. I mean, talk about branded. I can't imagine having that hanging over you. Hey, Ronnie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got a dishonorable discharge from the Marine Corps, and it really doesn't bother me much. And I got a lesbian story from Parris Island for you.
Go ahead, give it to us.
Yeah, there was this girl she was like the tramp of the whole base, and she got caught lesing out one night, and then she got kicked out. But the funny thing is, the girls that were kicking her out, the ladies that were kicking her out, not a boyfriend or a husband among them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kicked out by lesbians for being a lesbian.
Why were you dishonorably discharged?
I was selling a bunch of cocaine in the barracks at Parris Island.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would you think that would be a good idea? That while you're in Parris Island, you can deal coke?
Everybody was buying it. We all had to be up early.
Right.
You know, that kind of deal.
Right. So you got busted, dishonorable discharge. I guess you were also tried, right?
Yeah, it's like the scary part is when they say the United States of America versus you.
Yeah, that's not fucking fair. I would yell, can you understand this is 300 million against one?
That is intimidating.
Yeah, I'm like, a couple party packages and I got the whole country on me here.
Yeah, right. All right, my friend.
We used to listen to Ron and Ron every day in the chow hall there at Parris Island.
Oh, yeah, we always used to get a lot of mail from Parris Island.
Laugh.
Okay, my friend, take care.
Thanks, guys. All right.
866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Dale, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Dale.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Hey, pal.
Hey, I got a story. I was in the Navy, and the one guy that was next barracks over told me that he went down and told him that he was gay, and he was getting an administrative discharge. And I was sick of the military at the time, and I said, screw it. So I went down the next day and told, the squadron lawyer or whatever. He just pretty much told him, hey, I'm gay. And 1 week later, I was home. No dishonorable, no nothing.
So, smart thing to do, gay.
Gay.
Before you start dealing bendels out of your bunk.
You're just out and you disappear.
Yeah. Fez, your best friend, the radio shark, needs to talk to you. Go ahead, Shark.
Hey, Fez says in his neighborhood the Army's putting up flyers looking for recruits. But doesn't he live on Retard Island?
Yeah.
Is he lying?
About which part?
About recruiting retards? I mean, how are they going to load their guns or dress themselves?
I think they'll have to go in on a buddy policy. But yeah, there's flyers all over my retard island. I think what they want to do is build an army of retards.
I guess they could be good for attacking, right? All you got to do is say the other side's killing kittens or something, and they go charging after them.
All right, Shark. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, buddy.
I know Lenny Bruce was honorably discharged in the Navy because he used to wear women's dresses, but he would never, perform in homosexual activity. That's why he got an honorable discharge.
Yeah, I always heard that the part of Klinger was based on Lenny Bruce. I never knew whether that was true or not.
Yeah, it was in one of his books.
But he used to walk around in dresses, and then later when they wrote MASH, they came up with that. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, I went to the Army and the Marine Corps boot camp, and both times I say that the Army, there's more crazy guys trying to get out. We had guys jumping out of windows trying to break their legs so they could go home on a medical. We had one guy that actually was trying to get out during the entire boot camp, and toward the end, like the last couple weeks left, he was getting out, and he got a letter from his parents that told him not to come home because he had disgraced the family.
Fez, would you shoot yourself in the leg to go home?
Man, that would be tough to shoot myself. I don't think I could do that. I could act nuts and everything, but I couldn't shoot myself.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think they should let the gays and lesbians in the military just kind of create their own branch and segregate them like they did your Schwoogies. Just put them on the front line, give them their own place, and let them take the bullets.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. In these times, if somebody wants to serve their country, it's ridiculous to say, no, you can't. I don't get it at all.
Especially when they're having a major recruiting problem. Here's a large section of people who want to serve and willing to serve, and then just to be denied on their sexual orientation is so weird.
Carmen, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm in the Marine Corps. I'm stationed on Camp Lejeune. And, if you want to get out that bad, all you got to do is go up to a chaplain and explain to him, that you can't handle the circumstances.
If you tell the chaplain, hey, I'm freaking out, I'm losing it,
Yeah.
I'm a yellow belly, he'll let you go.
Yeah.
That's all it takes?
I would use the term yellow belly. No matter what happened, say...
It's not just a matter of, okay, get out of here. It's a matter of, you explain to them that, they'll keep an eye on you for a couple months, and then within 3 months, you're normally out.
Yeah, I can't wait 3 months if I need to leave somewhere. It would be like when I need to leave a relationship, it's that moment.
When you're going in and you're saying yellow-bellied, which do you think would be more effective, yellow-bellied or lily-livered?
Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, why did these guys even bother signing up?
Well, everybody's strong when it's time to sign up. Everybody's feeling real nice knowing they got the steady paycheck coming in, you get the little bonus money up front. But then when you actually leave, spend a couple days away from the teat, and people want out all the time.
It looks good in the TV commercials. 1 minute you're mowing a lawn, next minute you're working all kinds of weird computers.
I had a buddy that went into the Army. I don't even think he lasted 45 minutes before he started going crazy. And I'm not kidding you. And he ended up in a nut hut before they finally got him out.
Man, he didn't even get the haircut or the uniform.
Yeah, I think he came in the door and just started fucking losing it.
Just instantly can't breathe as soon as you walk through.
And I ended up seeing him, he's in a nut hut with a fucking blanket across his lap. And he was gluing different food groups to a paper. Like they had him doing this thing come up with the 4 basic food groups. And he's like, I'm working on this all day. And I'm like, what are you, fucking retarded? What do you give a shit for about food groups? Get the fuck out of here. Get up and start walking. But he was so frazzled. I guess he had a nervous breakdown. He didn't know if he could make it outside anymore.
I don't know why they think crafts are going to help the insane.
I guess it keeps you busy. And he did do a nice job with the food groups, just that I didn't give a fuck. I don't care where the cereals go, where the milks are. Let's get your pants up, get out of here, and go get a beer. Stop crying in your own soup. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I went into service in 82 from jail. It was either jail or going to Army. I tried to get out by not doing the push-ups, not being able to do the sit-ups.
Yeah.
But they would not give me a discharge to get back out. I ended up doing my time, and I got an honorable discharge. But on job applications, ain't nobody ever asked me about the service. I mean, I don't put on the application I was in the service because there's that much more paperwork to prove that you were in it and stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with, government jobs like we were talking about. And it used to be like that, like, young man, you're in trouble. Do you want to go to jail? Or would you like to join one of the fine branches of the service? After Vietnam, that's what bad shape the military was in. And slowly but surely, they made the military smaller. We've got the good folks of Halliburton doing a lot of the work that they used to need grunts for.
They peel the potatoes.
Here's our friend Bobo.
Hi, buddies.
Hey, pal.
I have a weird story. I had a cousin, ironically, his name is Bruce. He couldn't get out of the Vietnam conflict for being gay, so he packed his ass with peanut butter, squeezed some out on the commanding general secretary's desk, and then started to eat it, and they sent him home.
Now, we've all heard that story. I don't know whether it's urban myth or not, but even if you pack peanut butter up your ass when you're eating it later, you're getting some flecks of shit, my friend.
But he's gay.
It's inside your own ass. I don't think you want to be eating that.
But it's like a rusty trombone. I mean, he's used to that flavor. It was okay by him.
Fez, where are you on this one? You believe in the story?
I'm not believing this. I think we could probably find this on Snopes.com somewhere.
Well, my cousin's still alive, and he still stands by the story.
My cousin went into the military and told everybody he was Viet Cong.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want the different army, sir.
Yeah.
Wrong
He
office.
taped his eyes back and said he was a sniper for the Viet Cong.
Now, see, that's a person I'd have to send home.
They didn't. They ended up turning him. They flipped him, made him a double agent.
Brainwashing.
And that person went on to run on the Democratic ticket for the presidency of the United States of America.
Wow. John Kerry?
I'm not saying.
Key Luke?
Some of that stuff, Fezzy, is put away in a vault. You'll never find out. I cannot give away the names. Bubba, how's everything going with you?
Well, my life's a mess, but I'm slugging it out.
What's wrong with your life?
Well, you know about the relapse, right? I relapsed on alcohol.
After 20 years, you started drinking and doing dope again, Fez.
Yeah.
20 years clean and sober.
Him and Robin Williams.
And then it's been a year kind of bouncing in and out. I mean, I cobbled together like 6 months, and then relapsed again. Then the killer was my wife left and took my kid away, and I didn't know where they were, and I was losing my mind.
Sounds like somebody needs a drink.
Yeah. Pour me another one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now I'm in this outpatient therapy thing, and I'm jumping through hoops, and my family's all in the same house again, which I'm grateful for, and you know, it just kind of sucks. And
hey, look at the good side. You got out of Gap, and that turned out to be a nightmare.
True.
All right, Bobo.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. We got to go.
See ya, buddy.
Bye-bye.
That's it for us. Back in here tomorrow right after O&A.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.